is simply a question of what might have been. An incident in a game where, had it gone the other way, would have altered history. For example, say John Terry had scored that penalty in Moscow in 2008. Chelsea would have been European champions and Avram Grant would have the biggest medal in continental club football to his name. It stands to reason then that he would have stayed at Stamford Bridge for a bit longer, meaning that Luis Felipe Scolari wouldn't have got a look in. Would he have done better than the World Cup winning Brazilian, who only lasted till February the following year? And could he have improved upon Chelsea's third-place finish? And as for United, who won the title that season, would defeats in that Moscow final have led to Cristiano Ronaldo leaving the club for Real Madrid a year earlier? And would that have meant that Rafa Benitez's Liverpool won the Premier League instead of them? That's a pretty big butterfly effect, all from one missed penalty kick going the other way. And if you want to dig a bit deeper, there's plenty more that could have been affected. What if Anthony Knockaert had scored his penalty against Watford? We'd have been denied the Troy Deeney moment, sure, but might Leicester have gone on to win promotion to the Premier League earlier than scheduled? And would that have meant that Claudio Ranieri would never make it to the King Power? Would Arsenal or Tottenham, therefore, have been champions in 2016? The most significant sliding doors moment perhaps ever, though, was Paul Gascoigne, Wembley, June 1996. What if this had gone in? That golden goal would have sent England to the Euro 96 final against Czech Republic. 30 years of hurt could well have come to an end. There's so many of these moments that could have altered destiny forever. What if Shearer had signed for United? Would Lampard's ghost goal against Germany have kick-started England's World Cup back in 2010? What if Sam Allardyce didn't get bogged down in all that controversy and denied Gareth Southgate the England job? Does make you think.
talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Siobhan here in for Alan Brazil. Cheltenham Festival with Coral. He's not feeling too well. Ray Parlour, his best friend, is here.
How you doing, Siobhan?
I'm good.
Good.
Let's
go round again. That's a good song.
Let's go round again. Baby, we'll turn back.
There we go. See, Siobhan.
We're still fueled
2
by
minutes past 6. He's still flying.
Rosé Champagne.
It was good to see you yesterday and your lovely husband. So hope you had a nice day.
We had a lovely day. A really lovely day.
Yeah, it was lovely. The weather wasn't the best, was it? But other than that, I felt sorry for the people who's been there for the first time, and you go and stand on that balcony, and they're getting swept away in the rain, and but you can't. We are in March. You never know about how the weather's going to be.
I always think the weather's a little bit worse than March. I think March is like your worst time for weather because you can get you can get snow.
The only thing about March time, it's getting lighter, isn't it? Yeah. I notice when I play golf, at 6 o'clock, you can still see your ball. So it's getting towards that, spring and whatever. So I do like March. It's a good month.
When we came out,
January's depressing after Christmas. February's wild. Still not the best. That's my holiday month, that is February. And then March, you start knowing that you can get on that golf course a bit more.
What's your favourite month for weather?
Favourite month for weather?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I like September sometimes.
Do you remember?
So, July's nice, obviously, but I do like the summer in England, I must admit. I'd rather go on holiday in the winter.
I think we're round to that way of thinking now as well.
So it's a lot better. You get both best of both worlds.
Yeah. No, yesterday was a great day. Again, a good day for the bookies. Do you have any wins?
I mean, it's been such hard racing this week. I mean, Lossiemouth for me has been the best performance. But yesterday, it's a couple of outsiders come in, didn't they? And there was our table on, I think it was Wednesday. They won 250,000.
I know, and I know who they were.
66 to 1.
Yeah.
A few of you know the few of the boys on there. But the guy had it, and it was $250,000 between them, which was some. And we were sitting on their table yesterday. It didn't happen to us, I must admit. So, but it was. It's been a really nice, entertaining room I've been in all week, and the people who've been in there have had a really good time. So that's the most important thing.
You are the Prince of Cheltenham. I mean, it's brilliant to watch. You just see you walk into the room, and
do you know what I start on?
You've got the chat, you've got the patter.
I start on mimosas. That's my first drink when I go in there. The old orange and sherbet.
They're nice,
lovely.
Mimosas. At that time of day, yeah.
Yeah, and then you go on. I had a few Madries, which I like. Then I went on to the Guinness, and then right at the last few races, Guinness and port.
Port?
It goes. It's like gentle. Going up to the top of the league, go slowly up to the top, and then we get the last race. Everybody's in a good mood. I had a good day, and head back to the house.
Jamie got chatted up last night.
Did he? Whereabouts?
In the box.
Oh right, okay. Oh wow,
yeah,
that's good.
So he's no longer with us.
No way.
He was delighted with himself.
Don't.
Absolutely thrilled.
You look very smart, your husband.
Sounds like you've got a little man crush there.
Oh no, I don't do that, Sharon.
Well, he might. Anyway, let's move on. We had the final instalment of this week's European action last night. It was another disappointing showing from the English clubs.
Watkins heads Aston Villa into the lead, and Emery's quest for a record-breaking 5th Europa League trophy goes on. They have beaten Leil away from home by a goal to nil.
That is it, and you can hear the boos around Selhurst Park. Ike Larnaca have ground out a goalless draw to take to Cyprus for the second leg next week, and on the night Palace have not done enough, and they've not been good enough.
Joe into the box looking for Cho with a header. He's beaten the goalkeeper. Well, they've had great opportunities, Nottingham Forest, to get in front of this game. They haven't been ruthless enough. It has happened again. FC Midtjylland of Denmark have beaten Nottingham Forest at the City Ground for the second time this season. And Forest now need to do something they've only done once before: overturn a first leg home deficit in a knockout game in Europe.
Nottingham Forest had a shocker, beaten at home by Midtjylland for the second time this season. Forest had 22 shots last night, still couldn't manage to get themselves on the score sheet. Speaking after the game, the boss Vitor Pereira insisted that the tie isn't over yet.
Got enough time. They didn't win because they are celebrating a lot. It's like they finished the game today, but it's not finished. Now it's time to recover mentally and physically, be ready for Fulham, because it will be another challenge for us, another tough game, and after we'll see what we'll do there in the second game.
They just didn't take their chances, Ray. I mean, that many shots not to capitalise.
No, not at all. Look, 22 shots, which is a lot for a team. But you've got to take your chances, and that's the big question. I totally agree with what he said there. You know, they're all celebrating like they've got through already, but there's a long way to go. Still another 90 minutes, and if they can score first away from home, then it puts them in a good position. But they can't look. They've got to forget about that game. They've got to concentrate on this weekend. Another massive game at home against Fulham.
Yep. And
the bigger prize is staying in the Premier League, not winning that trophy. So that is the big thing, what they've got to try and do this year, because financially it's so much better for them to stay in the Premier League than it is to win that sort of trophy. So, but you want to try and be successful. You want to try and win every game. It's momentum. keeps you going. West Ham have done that in the Cup, didn't they, against Brentford?
Yeah.
They've got another massive game this week again. But it's a situation now, every single point is going to be so important for all the teams at the bottom. Leeds as well, we put Leeds in with that. And another big weekend of Premier League football. I know we love the racing this week, but it comes around quick again, and everybody's going to focus on the Premier League, obviously, tomorrow and Sunday. So some big games again. And this time of the year, Shaban, there's so many people trying to challenge for top 8, relegation, titles, and this is when it gets really hot up.
Aye, we're into that crunch time. Elsewhere last night, by the way, Aston Villa got back to winning ways. A 1-0 win away at Leil. It was Ollie Watkins getting on the score sheet. A lovely little dink over the keeper. John McGinn also made his comeback from injury as well. It's getting those players back now at this time.
Such an important player, John McGinn. He brings that energy. He brings that little bit of steel in midfield. And they have really missed Tillemans, obviously Kamara and John. But he's back, so that's a massive boost for the manager, Emery. And a good win. You know, that's what you've got to do. You've got to go out. And they're still favourites probably to win the competition. So Ollie Watkins back on the score sheet. He'd be happy with that. And they've still got to be looking at that top 4, top 5 again this season.
It's
I mean,
funny
they're in they're 4th at the moment.
Still 4th.
So got every chance of still staying in there. But they've got Liverpool around them. You've got Chelsea, who played very well last week. United, who, you know, is still going to be going strong at the end. So it's going to be really competitive towards the end.
Sunday, 2 o'clock, Manchester United, Aston Villa. That should be a good game.
Massive game.
Massive game
absolutely.
for them this weekend.
You'd probably just say Man United are slight, favourites because they're at home, and obviously they're that little bit of rest. But Villa, they'd be really happy that they got the win last night. And John McGinn, as I said before, is a big player back.
You'd want to see them win a trophy this season. Like, this is Unai Emery's competition.
Oh, he loves it.
Europa League.
Yeah. What's he won it 4 times?
Yeah, 4 times.
4 times, yeah.
All the teams with Villa in the title. Sevilla, Villarreal, Aston Villa.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, very good.
Okay. I tell everyone that.
That's it then. There's certainties. Aston Villa.
But no, I mean, it's his competition, and if they win it, they get Champions League.
Yeah, absolutely. But you want to still try and, you know, get there for the league point of view as well. And then it just drops off a little bit. But if they can get back to winning ways in the league, or even get a point at Manchester United, it'd probably be a decent point.
Yeah. Palace got a goalless draw against Larnaca last night in the Conference League. We'll touch on that a little bit later on. We've got a huge morning coming up for you here. Gold Cup day of Cheltenham. On talkSPORT. We're looking forward to it. Alan Brazil, he's not very well, so he's at home, he's resting. That's the right thing for him today. Ahead of the final round of the 2026 Six Nations, we're going to be joined by former Scotland and Saracens lock, asking whether the Scots really can go all the way and win the tournament. A man who knows all about how to win Cheltenham, 10-time festival winning jockey Tom Scudamore will be with us, and will be cheering on the Jukebox man in the Gold Cup today. And ahead of that big race, owner of the horse, the man who Daniel Levy would send in to save Spurs, Mr. Harry Redknapp, will be back with us on the show. Coming up next, you're going to hear from a very special person in my life. Good morning.
Morning, guys.
Jermaine.
Morning, Gabby.
Jay,
Morning,
good
boss.
morning.
Morning, boss. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. All good.
Why are you not here, Jermaine? I thought you would be with us today in the box, smelling amazing.
I might have to come down, actually. Looks like it's going to be fun. Nice day for it.
Yeah, great day.
Jump on the headache up there, you'll be fine, mate.
He's not a racing man, I don't think, is he?
Oh, fair
I'm
enough.
not. The boss knows I'm not really, and he's getting involved in it, though.
Yeah.
Saying all the right
He was well
things.
behaved, didn't come on a Tuesday when he was in on a Wednesday.
No.
Yeah, he was definitely there on a Tuesday.
We're the lads here. all got the helicopter here, didn't they?
Did they?
Tottenham, yeah. Yeah.
That was Rob,
Jermaine,
that
it's
was
good
Robbie
to
that
have
saw
you
that.
on with this. Let's get your thoughts now on your former club. Shall we start with Spurs? It's a bit of a mess.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously it's been a hard watch all season. To be honest, I think especially the other night I watched the game and yeah, it was just I think the manager's come in and he's especially in that game he's decided to start a young goalkeeper in Kingsley, and I think I was surprised when he took him off. To be honest, I think when you have a young goalkeeper and you make that decision in such a game of that magnitude to start him, I think you've got to stay with him. I think what a young goalkeeper can gain from that sort of experience, even though it weren't going well when he made the 2 big mistakes. But I think you've got to stay with him. And the fact that the manager decided to take him off and not really acknowledge him when he come off, it's...
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals and taking you through what should be another busy day of football. Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology. How would you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Morning to you. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark's rewards event. Save up to £500 on thousands of cars. It's Shabana Hearn in for Alan Brazil today. Ray Parlour, his bestie, is here as ever. Why are we playing this, Ray?
Because your husband maybe was getting chatted up. I'm guessing. Is this right?
Thanks for the reminder. Pick a gal when she's down.
She's alright.
Are you kidding? She was a proper 10
they're very
out of 10.
They're very friendly people in there. That's all I can say.
Well, that's them finished.
Don't worry. It's all about trust, Shaban.
Oh, I trust implicitly.
Oh, that's it then.
But it's hard to trust when she's so much fitter than I'll ever be.
Well,
That's the
you
problem.
looking all right.
No, compared to her. No, it's it.
Sim
guys.
said you look lovely today.
Thanks,
Right. No,
I made him see it.
You're looking great.
I made him
Shaban.
say that. Yeah, my husband was at Cheltenham with us yesterday. We had a very good time. We don't get out often. And sadly, the guys wanted to get him to do this. I didn't want Jamie on here, right? Because he swears and he panics, right? But here we are having a discussion about Ray Parlour.
He's probably the best guy I've ever met in my life.
I mean, there's a lot of chemistry here.
Well, okay, your radio career's finished.
I love it. Good.
What about Alan not being very well?
Alan's not been very well yet. I love Alan. I hope he's on the mend.
But is Ray Parlour the new king of Cheltenham? Is he taking Alan's crown?
No, Alan's number one still.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you prefer Alan to me on the radio?
If Alan slept with me, yes.
I'll never be king of Cheltenham in front of Alan Brazil. No chance, Shaban.
I know.
Because he is the main man for all the years he's been here. I mean, some of the stories when he was getting sacked, and you can't beat that, I'm afraid. And
No, you can't.
I wouldn't want to try and beat that, if I'm being honest.
No, I know,
Because he is the king. Not many people can get a game out for Cheltenham with Alan Brazil, so he must be doing something right. But it's just a shame that he's not here this week. I mean, he's really struggling a little bit, isn't he? And it's the best thing for him, but he'd be absolutely gutted as well. You know, any other time he wants to be fit, it'd be this week. and miss other weeks. But look, it is what it is. His body is his body, and he's not been that well enough to come in, which is a shame. And don't get me wrong, if he had any half a chance of getting in, he would have been in.
And all week we have been saying, well, the last few days, he's hoping to be back tomorrow. That's genuine. He always wants to come in. He really wants to come in and be here. But when you're not well, you're not well.
No.
The best thing is that he's resting up, and it's not. Cheltenham's not the same without him. You know, I'm only a few years doing this, but it's not the same without him. And as I said before,
the punters love him as well.
Everywhere you go yesterday, how's Al? How's he doing?
Usually when we used to walk across to the Guinness tent, you get stopped all the time.
Yeah.
And it takes you 45 minutes from the box where we do the show down to the Guinness tent. It's only probably 100 yards, 150 yards. I know he walks slow anyway, but he would always get stopped, and he's always great with people. And when we do go in the Guinness tent, you should see everybody loves Alan. So, they've probably missed him this week, a lot of people, but also people have had a great time. I don't know if you've seen some of the Guinness tents and the parties.
Absolutely.
It's been a real good atmosphere.
And wherever you go, you spot the Alan Brazil masks at Cheltenham as well. And I swear the other day, I know we'd had a couple, but I was like, I swear I saw Alan. It must have been one of those masks go past us. But get well soon, Al. We hope to see you back at talkSPORT very soon. It's not the same without you in Cheltenham, certainly.
Oh, definitely.
Missing its king. So we'll see you again very soon. Right, time now to look at today's back pages. Katie Babysham is with us now. Morning, Katie.
Hello, good morning, guys. Hope you're having a good morning so far. Here are some of the back pages this morning, some of the stories floating around. We'll start with The Sun. Flog on the Tyne as Manchester United have entered a four-way fight for Sandro Tonali with Man City, Real Madrid and Arsenal. We'll get into that with you, Ray, in a second. On the Daily Star, Pedro Neto is facing a Champions League ban after shoving a ball boy at PSG. And also this story regarding the Times. Spurs chief hits out at Daniel Levy as the CEO of Tottenham, Vinay Venkatesham, has hit out at Daniel Levy, claiming the on-field success has not been Levy's number one priority. So, Ray, I'll come to you first on this story regarding The Sun. Manchester United have entered a four-way fight for Sandro Tonali with Man City, Real Madrid and Arsenal. Do Arsenal need Tonali?
He's a brilliant player, really is. And I think most clubs would be interested in taking a player of his calibre. But he's got to look at himself a little bit as well, because I don't know what the situation with his contract and whatever, and I'm sure Newcastle tried to offer him a really good deal, but he's got to look at a little bit of loyalty as well, because they stuck by him, didn't they? When he had his problems and whatever. So Newcastle, he's got a little bit to pay back for him. But look, I think City is certainly being really interested in him. I'd like to see him stay in the Premier League. I know you mentioned Real Madrid there, Katie, but I'd love to see him stay. But Arsenal, obviously, Declan Rice, you've got Zubamendi, you've got quite a few players in their midfield, and you might have to get a few off your books during the summer as well, before you even think about buying other players. So I think they'll probably be at the back of the list of buying Tonali. I think there's other clubs would probably need him a lot more than Arsenal, if I'm being honest. But when a player of his calibre and his quality comes up, then there's always going to be lots of clubs interested, sure.
Well, this is the other story, actually, regarding Arsenal players, because in The Sun, Miles Lewis-Skelly is growing frustrated and has apparently made his feelings clear to Mikel Arteta, but has been told to stay patient. So I suppose regarding this, Ray, do you think Arsenal have to be careful here of not losing one of their best young talents?
Well, it's very difficult to have a squad of 26 and only pick 11 every week. All you can do as a young player, and he is still young, you've got to keep working hard. You've got to keep that application right. You don't want to be sulking. You don't want to be going to training with the wrong attitudes and stuff like that. You've just got to bide your time. And when you get your opportunity, because you train so hard and so well, the manager will put you straight back in. And when you get back into the team, it's down to you to play so well that it's hard to leave you out again. And that's all you can do as a young player. And I know people want to play. He's gone off on loan, hasn't he, to Marseille. But you've got to just bide your time. And sometimes when people go, well, if the team is not playing well and certain players are not playing well, that's when you get your opportunity. That's how I got into the team when, they lost to Wrexham in the FA Cup back in 91, and then Jules Graham said, right, I'm changing it. And that's it. When you get your chance, you've got to take it. Mm. And I think a lot has happened at a short period of time with Lewis-Skelly, isn't he? He's got in the England side, he scored a goal. And sometimes you can get just the two above yourself. I'm not saying he's done that, But is his training good enough? I don't go to a training ground, but is he really putting the application? Is he really trying every single day trying to get a better player? And if he's doing that, then great, and then he will get another chance. But you've got good players at Arsenal. Nkapie has come in, he's done brilliant at left back. You've had it's good, big competition. Maybe he has to go on loan for a season. I don't know.
Let's move on to this other story in the Times. Spurs chief hits out at Daniel Levy. The CEO of Tottenham, Unai Emery, has hit out at Levy, claiming the on-field success had not been Levy's number one priority. I mean, surely, Ray, this noise isn't helping Tottenham's situation at the moment.
No. They can't worry about, Levy now. He's got to look to the future and try and stay in the Premier League. They're certainly in a probably 2 months ago, I said, no, they'll be fine, Tottenham. They won't be in a relegation battle. They get enough points. But now you look at it, the league doesn't lie, and you're sitting in a really bad position at the moment. And I don't think you don't worry about other what's happened in the past. Whether he hasn't bought the right players. Recruitment's been pretty awful, if I'm being honest, at Tottenham with the money they've spent. They haven't got the right players in. But they can't worry about that now. Everybody's got to stick together now as a club to try and get themselves out of it. And West Ham look like they're sticking together and having a real go. Nottingham Forest have made changes and they look a lot better now. And Leeds, they're going to pick up points. So Tottenham have really got to get their heads down and say, look, this is a reality. We could be going into the Championship next year, which would be an absolute disaster for the club.
But also, I suppose, for Arsenal...
It's mad. With the stadium and everything going for them, it's just the players, whether they're down tools and whether they're going to change the manager, we don't know, but it's an absolute mess at the moment.
And I suppose, Ray, if you were part of this current crop of Arsenal players, you wouldn't want Spurs to be relegated because then you wouldn't get the North London derby.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you ask most Arsenal fans, they probably want Tottenham to get relegated. But we all love the North. Look, there's some cracking games with Spurs involved. I mean, West Ham's always a great. Look, West Ham could be going down yet. Who knows? But Chelsea, Tottenham's a great game to watch. So look, there's a long way to go. But Tottenham have really got to start trying to, get their heads down and work hard as a team, be tougher to beat. And try and get some results. They've got Forest going to Tottenham Stadium very soon, haven't they? I know Tottenham away this weekend, aren't they, to Liverpool?
Yeah.
Which is going to be a very tricky game. And then I think Forest go to Tottenham Stadium, which is going to be a massive game for both sides.
Yeah. OK, Katie Shanahan, thank you so much.
Thanks
we'll
very
be back
much.
with you again very, very soon. Coming up for you, if you were listening to the show on Wednesday, early morning, you might have heard this naughty guest leaving us in stitches, describing debauchery of Benidorm. We're going to find out what else he's seen as the infamous Spanish resort prepares for Cheltenham Gold Cup Day. Good morning.
That's so typical. That's so nonsensical.
PSG 3, Chelsea 2, and goodness me, boys, you've shot yourselves in the foot.
What is that? What is that?
I said it. We said it. You bring in a keeper because he's good with his feet. But really and truly, is he that good with his feet? What's this shambolic goal?
Reece James plays the ball back to Jorgensen, who tries to play out from the back, and he gets intercepted. It falls to a PSG player. And by the way, as well, when he gets worked to Vitinha, the goalkeeper's off his line. And that is some dinked finish, isn't it? But once again there, Kwaku, he's taking way too much time. And my goodness me, in a game of football where you're level at 2-2, possibly looking the better team, in a game of this magnitude, at this level, mistakes like that, Louis, are just completely unacceptable.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. This is why when people talk about keepers playing with the ball at their feet all the time and how it's a massive priority, yes, I appreciate the game is changing. But the priority for a goalkeeper is saving it.
There's also moments as well that I don't think they're clearly there. You had a PSG player coming from the left-hand side.
It's logical.
You could see ahead as well someone's being pressed. I'm with you. Playing out from the back is a part of football. But if you can see there's pressure on, there has to be a moment where you don't play out from the back and you just go long.
But this is the problem. There's this consistent need to always play out the back, always play out, always play out. Just this another problem with this Chelsea team, but also not just this Chelsea team. A lot of teams now, because there is so much pressure on playing out from the back, they make silly decisions like that all the time, and we give them the ball away again.
Sport is often filled with people trying to make a quick buck, often at fans' expenses. But sometimes someone on the fringes comes up with an exhibition idea that goes down a storm. Let me tell you about a couple of them. Mallorca 2007. Rafa Nadal and Roger Federer compete in what was dubbed the Battle of the Surfaces, a unique idea that reportedly almost got cancelled at the last minute when worms got into the grass. An 11th hour turf delivery got the match on, and despite some dodgy bounces on the new green stuff, Rafa and Roger slugged out a 3-set epic. Tennis has a history of exhibitions too, with the Battle of the Sexes in 1973 captivating audiences worldwide as Billie Jean King took on the former world #1 men's player Bobby Riggs, who talked down the women's game. Billie Jean King won. In motorsport, there was Monzanapolis in the 50s when American Indy cars went up against European F1 cars. But perhaps the best exhibitions have been the charity ones. In 1998, legends like Mike Atherton, Sachin Tendulkar and Glenn McGrath turned out at Lord's for a one-dayer in memory of Princess Diana. And since 2006, we've had Soccer Aid, which has raised an incredible amount of money. And if you get to see the likes of Jose Mourinho taking out Ollie Mers, then what's not to like?
Win a VIP trip to the British Grand Prix on talkSPORT.
Good morning, you're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. We're live from Cheltenham Gold Cup Day. Shabana Hearn and Ray Parlour for you. Alan Brazil at home resting, not in a good way this week. By the way, F1 fans, you will love a bit of this. We're down to the final week. We want to send you and a mate to Silverstone on the 5th of July for a British Grand Prix experience like no other. You can forget general admission. We're doing it proper posh. You're going to be at the heart of it with full racing green trackside experience. This is the F1 in the best way possible. Seriously, you can't get better than this. You're going to be exclusive grandstand seating, inner track access to what the drivers come out to the paddock, and we've got the whole day sorted too, with all day street food, a fully open bar to keep you going. Don't miss out. Here's how you can get involved. For your chance to win, text the word WIN to 83338. Text are £2.50 plus your standard network rate, or call this number 0343 418 7260. What's that? Yeah?
Sorry?
What's the number?
I don't know.
Go on.
It's a nightmare number, that, isn't it?
0343. Go on, guys.
0343. Oh. It's too long, isn't it?
0343 418 7260. 0343 418 7260. The line's closed 20th of March, 4 p.m. If we call you that day, you need to answer for your chance to win this prize. It's 18 plus, UK residents only, a network promotion with all of the terms and conditions on our website, talksport.com, or text WIN to 83338 now to get into the draw. Good luck to you. Looking forward to Gold Cup day today. I mean, I feel we're back in Jukebox Man because Harry's a friend of the show, but you got your eyes on anyone else there?
I think Gaelic Warrior have a chance. I think Alan likes that.
That's Alan's bet, isn't it?
He's probably quite strong on that, so that's got to be up there. That's the one when we had about 4 years ago when Brazil beat a horse on the line. It was Gaelic Warrior, believe it or not. So that was a brilliant day. That was I always remember that. I'll always say the rest of my life I'll remember that day because Alan just told everyone and he couldn't get out of the track. Everyone was celebrating and we done the old conga around there.
Wait, Brazil did a conga?
He's doing a conga.
Did he?
Yeah. Oh, it was fantastic. It was an absolutely brilliant day. But Gaelic Warrior is going to be there and there. But I really hope Harry can do it. I really do. Obviously, brilliant race, King George's Boxing Day, Kempton. And if he can come here and win the Gold Cup, that'll make his day.
Wow.
That'd be an unbelievable couple of races that he's won. I'm sure his wife will be here today. And I think I've read something about if they win today, he said we'd probably go home with me and Sandra have fish and chips.
Yeah. Do you know what?
And that is typical Harry.
Him and Sandra are pure couples goals.
Oh, absolutely.
So cute.
Yeah, and Harry's a top man. Absolutely brilliant. One manager I'd love to play under.
Really?
Yeah. Because I think if you give the best for him, he'll look after you. And I was always a try and do my best I can every single game. So I think me and Harry would definitely get on.
Yeah,
as a manager.
For sure. Oh, he seems a really good guy. Let's move on. The sports bar flying of late everywhere you look on social media. It's Jamie O'Hara shouting at Cundy, "Shut up!" or storming out the studio, or Jason with that stupid mask. It's absolutely brilliant. Cundy was alongside Carlton Cole last night and had a get well soon message for Jamie O'Hara.
I think it's only right and proper that we send out a get well soon message.
Yes.
To my my husband,
compadre,
my mate, my husband. Monday to Thursday evenings, he's not well again. He couldn't turn up, and to think that we got absolutely battered last night by PSG. Well, we didn't get battered, but the scoreline tells you something. He said to me, he was in the chat group today in the sports bar chat group, coming in, can't wait a batter, Cundy, coming in, giving it all big licks, and he.
Again.
Can't be bothered, mate.
It's not he can't be bothered.
Well, Coley...
It's not that he can't be bothered. He loves this job. He loves it. He absolutely... He loves working with you. He loves coming in
I'm not sure he
every
does.
day to work with Mr. Cundy. He does.
I don't know whether he does, right? So, Jamie, if you're listening, I'm saying this to you. I love you. Get well soon.
Yeah.
But you've missed a great opportunity, mate. By the time we come together on Monday evening, the chance has gone.
It's gone.
Unless we get beat by Newcastle. Oh, I just thought of that. Yeah, ugly.
Don't want to see that.
Anyway, Bud, get well soon.
Do you think he's...
Oh, he has missed one there as it goes. 5 against PSG. He could have gone to the cleaners with Jace. He could have got a little bit back there. But, yeah, I feel sorry for Jamie. Everyone's having a go at him, isn't they? Even Tottenham fans are having a go at him. That's not good. That's not good if your own fans are having a go at you as well.
So he's just not well. He's not like snapped under the heat of social media and going, "I'm not coming to work today."
Well, I don't think he's like that, is he? I think I think it's been great entertainment, to be fair, and the show's very, very funny. But Jace is brilliant. He's number one at just. He's like prodding the bear.
With a mask
until he goes.
With a mask
But great entertainment and fantastic. And Jace, he knows when to put the little grenade in to really wind him up.
Yeah.
That's great listening. It's fantastic.
Yeah, they've been absolutely quality, the sports bar. Hopefully Jamie O'Hara back next week.
I'll be all right, Jamie.
Yeah, get well soon, Jamie. And get well soon, Alan Brazil, as well. God,
everyone's dropping like flies, isn't they?
Touch, you're unwell. Okay, the two of them hopefully back for the game day phone in tomorrow, taking your calls from 3 o'clock and all the football. Right, it was another high octane day at Cheltenham here yesterday, and we had you fully covered here on talkSPORT.
Hit, hooray! We're off and running. White noise and Tom Bellamy trying to hold off all comers, and they are. White noise has won it. You want to be out in front for the entire race. That's the way to win at this year's festival. And meet me by the sea, and Ben Jones have delivered a fine front-running ride to win the Jack Richards. Jada Grucci on the far side. Jack Kennedy straining every sinew to keep Woodhill up to a task, and she's going to hold on. And the odds-on favourite is duly obliged, and she's won again at Cheltenham.
She was travelling really, really sweetly.
Home by the lead, just has the advantage. It's holding on gutsily, determinedly, and Joseph O'Brien can celebrate success with JJ Slevin as Home by the lead springs the shot, comes to the final fence. Hartwood takes it and is going on up the hill. John Bull rallying, trying to get closer, but he's maybe 8 lengths down. Hartwood, last year's runner-up, is going to come home in splendid isolation.
Yeah, what a week it's been so far, and it was another day for the bookies yesterday. Not a lot of the favourites bringing it home. Do you know my friend was...
I think Woodhill was the big one, wasn't it? That was the odds-on favourite that won. The second from last race, the favourite come in now. Was it Supremely West?
Was that the favourite?
Yeah, number 7. That come in 130 favourite, that one. But yeah, I mean, it's been a hard week. It really has, because we get Chris Hughes in every day to give us some tips, and he's even saying it's really tough out there. I mean, it's tough to get winners. I thought it might be an outsiders day. There's certainly some good outsiders coming in. What was there? Home by the Leigh. It was really. I was at the bar yesterday.
My friend won on that.
Yeah, I was at the bar, and the guy was standing next to me. He said, "Oh, Ray, have a little go on his Home by the Leigh." I went, well, I might as well. And it come in 33-1.
Nice,
and
nice.
Obviously, if you had that in the first race, a few people would have had that.
She got
White
that
Noise.
as well.
Yeah,
she got that as well.
Oh,
listen, she put on White Noise because her kids sleep listening to White Noise.
Is that right?
And then she lives near Leagrave. So she put on...
See, that's what it's all about.
Home by the Leigh. And
Does she live near the sea as well? Meet me by the sea. Did she meet her husband by the sea?
I won on Heartwood.
Heartwood, yeah.
Heartwood,
that was a good one. That beat John Bond, didn't it?
Yeah, that was a good win. But like we say, hoping it's going to change for the punters today. Meanwhile, over in Benidorm, racing fans have swapped a day out at Cheltenham for a week in the not so sunny sunshine. The weather's not been great there. They say the pints are cheaper, the weather is better, and the atmosphere is still there when it comes to the racing. So our man out there on the ground in Benidorm is JT, the owner of Aquinty's The Horse Racing newsletter, and he's been catching up with the punters out there and testing out the local Guinness. Here you go.
Sunshine, cheap beer, and winners.
When are you? How long are you staying for? When are you off?
I actually just become a father, so I just got a little baby girl called Dottie.
He's just become a father, but he's here in Benidorm.
Yeah, what lad?
We've gone for a Guinness because it's Cheltenham week. These are a little bit more expensive at €4.50 a pint. So let's do a little taste test. It's a bit on the sloppy side, but it'll do.
JT is back with us this morning. He had to get crashed out off of air on Wednesday for saying things that don't really get said on breakfast radio. Back with us now. Morning, JT. You're on the naughty step.
How you doing, JT?
2 strikes and you're out, JT.
I hope it's a big naughty step. I'll be on there a while. Yeah. Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, good. Good to see you again. How's the atmosphere then out there in Benidorm for Gold Cup Day?
Well, I actually left. I got out of there last night. I'm going to be on holy ground in about 2 hours, so I'll be trackside at the Gold Cup. But I did spend 4 days in Benidorm, and it was an experience.
I think it's a good idea, though, JT. No, you can go out there. I know one day was raining, wasn't it? The weather wasn't the best. But if you can guarantee if you can get good weather, then you're watching the racing. It's cheap. You're having a bit of a holiday as well, and everybody's in a good frame of mind.
Everybody, I think it's nail hammer head there, Ray. Everybody was so happy. There was no issues out there. Everyone was just out there for a party. There was no guaranteed sunshine. We had 2 days of torrential rain, which made it really difficult to film. And one of the parts of our sort of little documentary of Cheltenham and Benidorm was that I wanted to do the full experience. So the full experience being, I wanted to rally around on a mobility scooter. I couldn't hire one unless I was over 65, which is obviously I'm not. So I got my doctor mate back home to forge me a medical note. I have no idea what was supposed to be wrong with me. Anyway, I got one. And the thing is, I'm running around. You're not allowed to drive it in the rain. So had to park that up, which was a nightmare. Not much mobility scooter parking. And then try and interview everyone in these pubs and clubs where it's just, torrential rain and so loud. But as soon as the sun came out, it was like the doors of and gates of the zoo opened up. People just went onto the street, and it made filming really, really good. And it was an absolute party. The sun came out the day that we were leaving. Unfortunately, we were very, very close to missing our flight, so to speak. But no, I need to get back to the Gold Cup.
It's really weird because the first thing I said to Shaban, I wonder how Sticky Vicky is, didn't I?
Yeah, how is Sticky? Did
Sticky
you see
Vicky?
Sticky Vicky
No,
Jr.?
Sticky Vicky Jr. I think she's given up there, though, isn't she?
Well, she passed away, God bless her.
Yeah, she has, obviously.
But the daughter took over,
has
as
given
you
up.
do.
There's a few Sticky Vickies on every street. There's loads of them out there.
Is there? That's one place I'd like to go, Shaban. I think you and Jamie should go out there to Benidorm.
I'd absolutely pick that place up. Have a great time.
You can
listen,
burn
JT,
your
tell
bets
us
and
about
bank and
this
burn your back
channel
at the
and
same time.
what.
Yeah.
Tell us about the channel and where we can watch this content that you've been shooting out there for Cheltenham and Benidorm, essentially.
Yeah, so look, I obviously my business is Equities, which is a horse racing newsletter which goes out every day actually. But I decided to do some video content for we're effectively documenting the weird British traditions. So every month I'm going to go and find somewhere around the UK, the Haxey Hood up north, the Atherton Ball Game. So there's bog snorkeling in Wales and World Championship snail racing in Norwich, and I'm going to go there, document it, gamble on it. We were stuck for something in March, and that's where Benidorm came in, because it is a British tradition, and you go out there, it is like it's just Cheltenham away, and it is very good fun, very good fun. And so the YouTube video is the long and sport of it. Obviously, I'm the long one, and yeah, we're just going to go around and put the UK's very, very, very weirdest traditions on the map and go and bet on them.
Brilliant.
Fantastic. Who do you fancy for the Gold Cup today, JT? See.
Ooh.
I need to say
Django
JP.
Bay.
JP McManus. I was thinking JP then. JT, sorry.
Yeah, I've given JP a call this morning. He doesn't fancy anything. No. Django, I think Django Bay. Actually,
Okay.
guys, you can help me out here. How much has it been raining?
Yeah, it was miserable yesterday, and it was blowing a gale as
I
well.
don't think it's rain today. I think it's pretty sunny today, JT. So
On your head be it, Ray?
no, it's not going to rain today. I think the sun. I think it's due sun today. So it's about.
It's windy though.
Very
It's
windy. Very windy. So it dries the ground out a little bit.
Yeah.
Ground is everything, and I think if 3 miles 2 furlongs, Django Bay sort of ran out of track in the King George. He's got the extra 2 furlongs today with a really, really stiff finish. He was only getting going, so I think if Nico can give him a good tune round and then press go with 2 furlongs to go, I think he might be away. And I think for the TriCast, I think the Jukebox man might come third, possibly fourth. Gaelic Warrior is probably the classiest horse in the race, but he hasn't had the rain, so I'm going to stick my mast. I'm going to hang my colours on the mast with Django Bay.
Well, good luck.
Very good.
Listen, JT, it's been brilliant to speak to you again. Well done. You've not been
Thanks, JT.
officially banned from talkSPORT yet, but we appreciate you all the same. JT, the owner of Equities, the horse racing newsletter, thank you so much, and we'll speak to you again soon. Don't go anywhere. Coming up for you at 9 o'clock, we're going to be joined by Harry Redknapp, who will be hoping his course can bring it home on the Gold Cup. Harry's running the Jukebox man will be lining up for this afternoon's Gold Cup. We'll find out how his nerves are doing a little bit later on. Also, the Six Nations come to head tomorrow with Scotland, in with a shout of winning, of course, the tournament for the first time since 1999. We've been speaking to a number of people at Cheltenham about that as well. We'll have 63-timed capped Scottish rugby player, the legend that is Sir Jim Hamilton, with us here on the show, so to discuss whether Scotland can get over the line or not. That was our look ahead, our breakfast preview with Travis Perkins.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Benchmarks Kitchens and Joinery. Get trade prices on kitchens to suit all styles and budgets at Benchmarks.
So to me, the manager, when you look at him and the way that they're reacting to him as a manager, is everything that I need to know that this guy is absolutely out of his depth and he's got to get out of that football club.
Yeah.
Because if they stick with this guy, we are gone. This club is gone. Yeah. And then at the end of the season...
Who knows? But hold on a second.
At the end of the season...
So you change your manager and your fortune's going to change?
No, I'm not saying they're going to change, but it can't get any worse. No, it can't get any worse than this man.
We drew the second half today.
Jay, shut up!
Honestly, you lot, I don't know what you want.
Stop going on about the second half. You can't keep going on about it. Like, seriously, mate. Seriously, shut up. You can't keep talking about the second half. Oh, we drew the second half, mate. Honestly, I'm trying not to swear. Like, you can't keep saying that, mate. You can't keep saying that. You're a professional pundit. You can't keep saying that.
But you did draw the second half.
Oh, mate, I'm trying to be professional here. I'm not going to. I'm going to swear. I'm going to swear. Go to a break.
You've done it again, haven't you? You've done it again. You've walked. Jay? He's walked out again. I mean, factually, they drew the second half.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Morning, how you doing? It's talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark's rewards event. Get £500 off your next car this week only. My name's Shabana Hearn, in for Alan Brazil. Ray Parlour is here. What about producer Ollie?
He makes a nice cup of tea, doesn't he, Ollie? To be fair to him. He's been promoted and he's making the tea.
More tea, please, Ollie.
Doing a great job.
He's come all the way to it. You know what it's like on Cheltenham when we've been here for the whole
champagne
week,
would be
right?
coming out now. Gold Cup day. I don't know what's going on. A bit late. 10 to 7.
Because Al's not here. They've not stocked up the champagne this morning.
No, it's definitely not.
But you know what it's like coming in here today? All of us are like bags packed, ready to go at 10 o'clock after the show to go back home.
Yeah.
Ollie's left his keys at the hotel.
I know,
but
you said
brought
that.
all his stuff.
I left my accreditation, so I can't say anything.
Oh,
I managed to get in.
Honestly, schoolboy. Schoolboy.
I've been here 4 days, 5 days. And at first I've left it back in here because I've been here since Sunday. When did you come, Shaban?
I
Monday?
came Wednesday at 2 in the morning.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
But it's a long week. I mean, I've had a great time, though, by the way, and it's a beautiful part of the country.
It's
it really
stunning,
is. It's stunning,
yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
stunning.
Where we're staying as well, Broadway is beautiful. Absolutely stunning. As I said before, if you don't like horse racing, just come here to come out for a couple of days out.
Yeah.
Because you can see people and nice people. The Stone, Cotswold Stone. We went down to one of his local pubs in Chipping Camden on a Monday. That was lovely.
Andy Townsend.
That's a fantastic. I love Andy.
But there's just the buzz as well. It's like everybody's buzzing on the way in. The smiles and everyone's face is so up for it.
I don't know about 5:45 in the morning.
We're all dragging ourselves in. Right, time now to look at the latest EFL action in partnership with McDonald's.
EFLers on talkSPORT with McDonald's. Got big McDonald's hunger? Order delivery on the McDonald's app today. From 11 a.m. 18 plus. Fees apply to delivery orders. Subject to availability. Price may vary.
Yeah, looking forward to this one tonight. Ray, in the Championship, Wrexham host Swansea in the Welsh Derby. If Wrexham can secure the win tonight, they'll get a crucial 6-point cushion over Derby, currently sitting in 7th, and put them in pole position for a playoff spot, which is just incredible. But not are the big implications on the pitch, but also off it as well, as it appears to be a battle of the celebrities, Hollywood versus Snoop Dogg. Who would you want to see in the Premier League?
I think it's a great story for both. I'm really pleased with Swansea coming back now. They've got it going. Really good at home, aren't they, Swansea? So they're away from home. Wrexham is a fantastic story. The fans can't believe their luck, really, to see what's happening with their club. And, you know, sometimes you need that bit of luck, a little bit of investment.
Yeah, big names, big money.
Yeah, exactly. And it'd be unbelievable, the journey they're on. To get into the Premier League, which they're on course to do it. I mean, they've got every chance. Maybe, look, if it doesn't happen this year, they're going to be up there again next year, aren't they, with investment and what they've got. So I'm sure one day they'll definitely be in the Premier League.
In the show Welcome to Wrexham, I don't know if you've watched it, but it starts off with Rob McElhenney. He loves the idea of relegation and promotion. He loves it.
Yeah.
So he wanted to be involved in a club in football here in this country.
I think he'd rather get promoted than relegated.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
But he wanted Ryan Reynolds' money because he had all the money to spend.
Okay.
He could afford it. But now Ryan Reynolds is absolutely
Addicted
obsessed
to it
with it
as
as
well.
well. You see him then coming in all the time with his really famous wife, and it's really fun to watch as well. If you were to have a celebrity take over at Arsenal, who would it be and why?
Who would it be? JK.
J.K. Rowling?
Jamiroquai.
Oh.
He's the man. No, they've got good owners already, so I don't think they'll be having any more. No other owners. I think that the Kroenkes now. I mean, they can't argue with what they've done. Josh, I know, runs the club now, and the money they've put in is frightening. You know, whatever they've wanted, Mikel Arteta's more or less got. So. You know, they had that period where they wanted the Kroenkes out. That was more the dad, Stan, because he wasn't probably more into American football and baseball and all that sort of stuff. But Josh sees the passion, like the guys here at Wrexham. He sees he loves it. So he's certainly back in Arsenal and all the guys.
Well, the Welsh Derby is live and exclusive for you tonight over on talkSPORT 2.
Perfect.
Just very quickly, Ray, elsewhere in the Championship, Coventry have extended the lead at the top of the table to 8 points after Middlesbrough were stumped by Charlton midweek. Just what a job Frank Lampard's done.
Oh, I'm so pleased for Frank because, you know, he looked like he was having that little bit of a wobble, but then he's gotten back on track. I watched the game against Middlesbrough when the Wright scored a hat-trick, didn't he? And he played really well. But they're good. They're a good side. They're really, really good to watch. But that automatic promotion is wide open for 3 or 4 clubs. I mean, look at Middlesbrough. I hope they can do it. Millwall are having a brilliant season. Millwall, with the budget they've got, They're over, unbelievable what they're achieving.
Yeah.
Ipswich's got a game in hand, which I don't know who that's against, but they got Sheffield Wednesday away. You expect them to probably pick up points this weekend as well. And Hull City, who I played for right at the end of my career, they're going well as well. They're in 5th place, so it's a really, really top league. I love the Championship. You can't beat it. It's so competitive, and the bottom as well, up to Portsmouth. Anybody can go down. West Bromwich Albion, Oxford, Leicester, Blackburn and Portsmouth. So all to play for.
Absolutely. All coming up tonight here on talkSPORT 2. Don't forget to swipe across on the talkSPORT app to get to talkSPORT 2. We're your home of the EFL. Coming up for you, Ollie Watkins broke his 11-game goal drought last night. We'll discuss just how crucial that was for Villa next. That was an EFL roundup, all thanks to McDonald's.
EFLers on talkSPORT with McDonald's. Got big McDonald's hunger? Order delivery on the McDonald's app today. From 11 a.m. 18 plus. Fees apply to delivery orders. Subject to availability. Price may vary.
I'm going to interrupt you.
Outrage
we
now
haven't
from all
spoken
those.
about Arsenal, really. Was it a penalty last night for Arsenal?
No.
No.
Did you think it was a penalty?
No, I didn't.
I know one person who did.
Martin Keown
on
felt
Blind
it was
Pew.
a definite penalty after Madueke went down under a challenge in the game against Leverkusen. It resulted in a penalty, and that was put into the back of the net by Havertz, who didn't celebrate because it would be wrong to do so. But again, is this not back to objectivity? Or does Martin have every right to say, it was a penalty? Of course it was a penalty.
But he knows,
played the game, you didn't, nor did I.
Of course. But I've also got a set of eyes. And I wear glasses, and so does he. The question that was asked of him by the presenter, I think it was Lindsay, wasn't it? Said to him, if you was an Arsenal player and that was given against you, and he said, well, you're switching question, because he knows the answer. If he was an Arsenal player and that was given against him, he'd be outraged. It was a penalty because the referee said it was.
All right.
And that's the end of the discussion, isn't it? But was it a penalty in terms of a real foul in the penalty box where a player was really taken out of his stride and fell over? No, it was a dive.
580,000 people have read your tweet directed at a certain Martin Keown about what you thought of Martin saying. For me, it was a penalty. You've jumped in, oh dear Martin, and then a little expletive. Did I say that old Keown lacks objectivity? Yes, he is the grand fromage of bias. Where did you pluck that one from?
I don't know, maybe I was eating some camembert at the time.
An evening at home with Simon Jordan with some camembert.
The German leading England. It all sounds a little bit odd, but as Thomas Tuchel tries to bring football home, here's how he ended up in one of the most scrutinised jobs in sport. Well, Tuchel started his footballing journey in the sleepy town of Krimbach. His leadership skills were obvious from an early age, with Tuchel even making subs during PE volleyball sessions. After a knee injury ended his playing career at the age of 25, Tuchel accepted his first coaching role in the Stuttgart U setup in 2000. He led the club's under-19s to their league title 5 years later, but his perceived abrasive personality meant Stuttgart chose not to renew his contract. He went on to spend 5 years at the helm at Mainz before leaving the club for Dortmund. And there, Tuchel secured his first major trophy, the German Cup, in 2017. 8 more pieces of silverware came next for Tuchel in just 5 seasons at PSG, Chelsea and Bayern Munich. And that CV impressed the top brass at the FA.
We found so many similarities and so many things that suited my approach and my hunger to achieve special things. I always wanted to come back to England.
Well, he says all the right things, but is destiny on Tuchel's side?
You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast with me, Shabana Hearn. Unfortunately, Alan Brazil still not very well, so he's just going to rest up, take some time to himself, as he absolutely deserves it. It's Gold Cup day, and we are always here, talkSPORT Breakfast for the Gold Cup. And Ray Parlour is here as well, live from Cheltenham Festival with Coral. We're hoping today is going to be a day for the punters, Ray, because I mean, yesterday the wind was blowing and there was everyone was losing cash.
Well, yeah, I'm sure Simon will tell us and Steve-O later that the bookies might be slightly in front at the moment, but look, I'm sure if Harry can get this Jukebox man in the Gold Cup, there's been a lot of money for it. That'll make everybody's day, and obviously be so pleased for Harry as well.
Yeah.
So that's the one I'm hoping for, but it's a very competitive day again. And I'd like to see what Rupert says, because whatever he says, I'll do the opposite.
Jukebox man running today in the Gold Cup.
Harry please don't say Jukebox man. He'll be saying to Rupert.
I know, don't say it. Don't jinx me.
He's got a great chance.
Rupert's come in there just a moment ago. He's been for a nice, what did he say?
Coconut something.
Coconut tree.
It must be a bit of Thai food, no, or something like that.
Went for a nice dinner.
Guessing.
Sri Lankan food last
Lovely.
night, I believe. He's going to be with us very soon.
Man of the people.
Yeah, he's just gone to the toilet after that. Don't go anywhere, because for the whole 2 hours we're going to have Gabby Lahore. He's coming back to Cheltenham and will no doubt be in a great mood after that Aston Villa win last night. All of that to come and more. But now, it was a brilliant night for Villa, who took one more step towards the Europa League final.
Ollie Watkins heads Aston Villa into the lead. Well, he needed that. Aston Villa needed that. And Ollie Watkins with a diving header over the top of the advancing Oza gives Villa the lead. And there goes the full-time whistle. Well, they may be struggling for wins in the Premier League, but when it comes to this Europa League competition, Villa boss Unai Emery continues to be the past master. They have beaten Leil away from home by a 1-0.
Yep, decent result for Villa last night. Unai Emery's team take a 1-goal advantage back to Villa Park next week, with Ollie Watkins getting on the score sheet last night. Unai Emery has become the fastest ever manager to reach 100 Villa wins. That's a nice little stat there, Ray. Before last night, Watkins had only scored 2 goals in his previous 13 appearances. Do you think what happened there with that Arsenal move not happening? Do you think Ollie's confidence maybe was knocked?
Yeah, maybe his confidence. It looks like he's a confident boy. You know, when he's at his game, he's really top class. But people go through barren spells, strikers, and they've just got to try and keep making the right runs, trying to get in the right areas, and it will turn for you. But I'm really pleased he's got a goal last night. They needed that result, Villa, because they're just on that little bit of a slump at the moment in the league. And that would give everybody a lot of confidence away from home. Any victory away from home is a good victory. So he'd be delighted, Emery, with the performance, and getting 1-0 with the lead when they go back to Villa Park. You expect them to get through now.
Yeah, great to get the win. For more on this, broadcaster and Villa fan Dan Bardell is with us. Good morning, Dan. You'll be happy this morning.
Good morning, Dan.
Yeah, morning. Back to winning ways. What we needed. We've used the Europa League to get back to winning ways earlier on in the season. We've done it again last night, so hopefully it can be a bit of a turning point for us.
And when you look at it, Dan, I mean, you'll certainly be favourites to win it. And if you want to get into that Champions League, it's so much better to win that than it is to come 4th or 5th. So I'm sure the Villa fans will be hoping that, they can get to the latter stages and to the final and put one more big performances and win a trophy and get back into the Champions League.
Yeah, suddenly after the English team's performance in Europe this week, 5th place doesn't look as secure for Champions League football as it did. So to have 2 ways of entering to have 2 ways of entering it is massive for the club. Look, I'd like to do it via the league because we were 3rd for a long time. We had a massive buffer, and to kind of finish 6th after being 3rd for so long would be disappointing. But we also just absolutely need to win a trophy. We're the new Tottenham in terms of trophy wins now. We've waited so long for one. Ray, you were playing when Villa last won the trophy in 1996. We're too big a club to be going that long without that trophy. And when you've got a manager like Unai Emery, who we all know is a trophy winner and is an astute Europa League winner as well, won that trophy so many times, it is the competition that the fans have earmarked. But because form has been so bad, it's been hard to look at a cup tournament and think, oh yeah, we can go all the way here. So I don't think we're back or anything like that, because it's one game, and it wasn't the prettiest game in the world, but hopefully it's just injected some confidence back into them ahead of what is a massive game on Sunday at Old Trafford.
Yeah, I think the injuries have affected you a little bit, especially in that midfield area. I know you brought in Douglas Luiz, who's a good signing, a very experienced player. But certainly Kamara and Tielemans and McGinn. It's great to see John McGinn back, because he's the player that everybody looks at, and his energy, he just gives everyone else a boost in the team, I should imagine. So he's a massive player back. And obviously Ollie Watkins getting that goal, give him a little bit of confidence going forward as well. So a couple of key things back last night. A good goal from Ollie Watkins and obviously John McGinn.
Yeah, on McGinn, look, that was the biggest thing for me last night was seeing him back on the pitch. He's the heartbeat of the side. When he plays well, Villa play well, and it's all that intangible stuff that you can't really rely on or actually see. That's the stuff that we've missed with him, and to have him out at the same time, you've had Tielemans and Kamara out. Kamara is Villa's best player, so to have him missing at the same time, that the midfield has struggled, and it's been one of the reasons why a big reason why we've suffered and why there's been that blip. So just getting him back on the pitch last night is massive, and I imagine he'll just have to start at Old Trafford because he's that important. On Watkins, he's had an off-season. Look, he set himself high standards a few years ago, and he's not reached them this season. Performances haven't been there, goals haven't been there, and assists haven't been there. I've defended him all through his Villa career, but in recent weeks, I've found it really difficult to sit there and do a podcast and say he should be in the team when there's another centre-forward, Tammy Abraham, in the building. But that's what he does. He can pop up with goals from nothing. I think he's better, actually, when he doesn't have time to think. And last night was an instinctive finish. And again, a bit like the team, hopefully he can use last night as a springboard, because Villa will have a much higher chance of finishing top 4, top 5 if your centre forward is scoring goals and getting anywhere near the numbers he's got in the last few years.
Well, Dan, book your ticket to the final. Be confident, be positive, okay? Dan Bardell, Aston Villa fan and broadcaster, with us this morning. Thank you. Have a good day.
Cheers, Dan.
See you guys. Have a good day.
All the best to you, Dan Bardell. Coming up for you next, we'll be finding out how much one national treasure has won at Cheltenham this year.
Six Premier League teams into the last 16 and not one winner this week. What's it telling us that? What it tells Henry Winter, incidentally.
Tells them when they were playing away from home.
He says on Twitter, I feel the winter break debate coming on again in the Premier League. It's obviously needed. Even with expanded squads, elite players risk fatigue, less training time, etc. But too many vested interests preventing it from happening.
Oh, let's clutch those pearls and get some more interviews from people. Look, all the teams are playing away. That might give you an indication that there was a challenge there for a start. I mean, nobody expected Spurs to win, so let's discount that equation. Chelsea hurt themselves.
Newcastle were at home.
Liverpool were at home. Newcastle at home. That's the one example, and they got a decent result and actually should have won that game. So you look at it and say Arsenal did their job. Liverpool probably did their job. Chelsea imploded and gave it back to PSG when there was no reason for it. Spurs are what they are, and Man City got some of their own medicine.
I'm not sure Liverpool did their job. Galatasaray, you lose.
Everybody in their right mind would say going away and coming back with a 1-0 defeat in a European competition, a knockout tournament against another significant side, is not a bad result.
So no sobering reality for the Premier League of any sort this week?
Well, it depends what reality we were creating from in the first place. If we were steering towards yours...
PSG got real with Chelsea last night.
Not really. Chelsea did it to themselves. Chelsea were in that game for significant proportions of it, and all of a sudden, up pops the goalkeeper with one of those wonderful little epiphanies. Let's play out with the back like some religious ideology, because we can't launch the ball. We're going to play out from the back because that's what we've been told to do.
Yeah, but there's a small matter, Simon, of them shipping 5 goals as well.
Sure. If they didn't concede the third, they wouldn't concede the fourth and fifth.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
morning. It's talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark's rewards event. Save up to £500 on thousands of cars. Shabana Hernan for Alan Brazil Ray Parlour is here. A little bit of Rod for Alan.
Yes, a little bit of Rod. He loves, obviously, Rod. Great guy, though, isn't he, Rod? What a legend. Absolute proper legend.
So good.
It was so good for his age as well, doesn't he?
How old is Rod?
Penny must keep him young.
Don't mention Penny around me.
Now, Rod's got to be 80 odd, isn't he? 80, 81?
81?
Oh, amazing.
Wow.
Amazing. Looks fit as a fiddle still.
And his kids are like so young
And he
as
likes
well.
a few pints as well, Rod.
Yeah.
Boy, I think he's still in Essex. He's
Would
still
he do
not too
Cheltenham?
far away.
Would he?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure he would. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no,
I'm sure
good.
he has done it plenty of times.
I love Penny.
But he'd
Lynn.
rather go to
She's
Celtic.
great. Yeah, no, I would sure he wouldn't be missing any of that. Alan Brazil, hopefully back with you soon on talkSPORT. He's not very well. He had to go home and just chill out and rest with Jill. So
He must be ill. He must be ill.
Absolutely,
He says he can't do Cheltenham because Cheltenham's his best week.
It's his baby.
Of the year is his best week. This is for him.
Yeah.
It's all rolled around Alan Brazil, so he must be a bit pretty poorly to miss it.
Take care, Al. We love you. We miss you. Rupert Bell coming up in 15 minutes' time with all your unmissable tips ahead of Gold Cup Day.
Do you hear about what's happened to Rupert?
How can you trust him if he can't get this right?
No, he's left his suitcase.
I know.
In the car park of the hotel. So he's got in his cab to come down here today, and he forgot his suitcase. You're supposed to put the suitcase in the car with you.
Oh, Rupert.
So there's probably an evacuation as we speak. Jamie's been dragged out of his hotel room. The fire alarm's gone off. There's a bomb squad round his suitcase at the time. So it's not ideal for Rupert this morning.
Brilliant. That's our tip star for getting his own suitcase. There you go. Cheltenham does bring out all the celebrities as well. But none other than entertainment star, TOWIE star turned media personality Gemma Collins. She's been here. She caught up with talkSPORT's Charlie Baker yesterday after winning big in the Jack Richards.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
I think, look, I'm going to be honest, it's very male dominated
It
here.
is.
But do you know what? Women rule the world, honey. They do. And I am here to show every woman out there that you can come to Cheltenham, you can use your intuition, forget the men, girl power, and put a bet down,
And that's what the GC bets
Yeah,
does.
I mean, I've just won £5,000. Do you think that's just amazing? That's made my day. I don't know, it just always feels better when you win money.
Oh, yeah, well, it does. I think that's the whole point, isn't it?
I
Yeah.
literally didn't have to work for it today. I just won it, so it's kind of cool.
Oh, that's brilliant, isn't it? Five bags. Oof. What
wait a
did she
minute.
put on, though?
Sorry, why does Gemma Collins have to tell us that women can come to Cheltenham? What have I missed?
What did she say? I wasn't really listening, if I'm being honest. But
the women rule the world and women should come to Cheltenham and bet.
there's been plenty of women here.
That's what I was going to say.
In our little box, there's been loads of...
My husband's bloody left me from another woman at Cheltenham.
Good decision, though.
But thanks.
Oh,
Gemma.
sorry, Siobhan.
Hey!
That went over his...
Woo!
Have you
Way
read
over my head. Right, Gemma, you keep going strong, hun. Yesterday we were joined for a whole hour and a half by the King of the Jungle, Harry Redknapp, and it didn't disappoint. He revealed that last week he got a call from former Spurs chairman Daniel Levy.
I got a phone call last week from Daniel, funny enough. I think I spoke to him once since I left, all that time ago.
Wow.
And I was in the car last week and suddenly phone goes and Daniel Levy. I thought, strange, And I on the phone about half hour chatting to him and he was explaining, what had happened to him and how he sort of got marched out of there, which was really strange, wasn't it, really?
He was marched out there?
Well, I think he was, I think it was quite, unceremoniously, exited from the place, really, it seems. So then he did say to me, he said, look, if I was there now, he said, I would definitely, and I'm not just saying it, so I would bring you back into to the end of the season, Harry.
Wow.
So it would have been interesting.
Right, Daniel Levy's a smart man, Ray.
Yeah.
And he knows that this chat on conversation on talkSPORT, bringing in Harry Redknapp, and people love Harry Redknapp, Spurs fans love him. He wanted to get it out there that he made that phone call. I would have had you back if I were still in charge. Do you think Spurs fans are now missing Daniel Levy?
I thought I wouldn't say they're really missing him, but sometimes it's not always going to be better when someone does leave the club, and it's got a little bit worse, if I'm being honest with you. I don't know who's buying the players, I don't know who the recruitment man is and who makes the decisions at the end of the day, but they've certainly got a lot of the decisions wrong, what they've bought in for the money they've spent. But I think most Tottenham fans would want Harry some sort of involvement in it, because Harry would go back to base. He'd do a similar sort of job as Martin O'Neill. Martin O'Neill, what he'd done at Celtic, steady the ship a little bit, get people playing for him. You know, you could bring in the likes of Tim Sherwood, people like that as well, who knows the club, and people who know the club, and the players will look up to him and say that these are legends of Spurs. So they're trying to do the best they can for Spurs. So we got to listen. But yeah, I think there's a little bit of a clanger there. I mean, I'm not having to go to Tudor, and it's a tough job for him anyway when you come in. But does he really know how to get the best out of the players? And Harry is the master at getting the best out of the players. And you can't say they're not bad players, but they're not performing the way they should at the moment. And I think Harry would have got a tune out of them. So I think that was a wrong decision from Spurs' point of view at the start. And he's only going to be short term, like Martin O'Neill, until the end of the season. And I think they would have had a lot more chance of being. Look, I'm not saying they're going to go down if they keep Tudor, but they'll have a lot more chance of staying up.
Okay. If you bring in someone like Harry and have them around you. He also spoke on Spurs' lack of ambition and poor recruitment strategy.
They have bought players, but they've never quite gone for the creme. You know, when like Declan Rice was available, they should have been challenging. If Tottenham want to be as big as Arsenal, they should be challenging him to Declan Rice. They should be going in for Guy when he leaves, you know, trying to get him and making the boy, you know, Semeniano at Bournemouth. They should have been pushing the boat out to try to get him, you know.
Eze as well. I mean, they were linked to Eze.
You
Why
know,
did
there was the two centre halves at Bournemouth last year. Yeah. The boy Hyson, 19, went to
Top
Real
player.
Madrid. You know, they should have been knocking the door down trying to get him. That is what their recruitment people should be doing.
They've lost now 6 games on the bounce. Got a very tough task of Liverpool away at Anfield this weekend. How do you see that one going?
Well, look, they've just got to go and set their stall out, be hard to beat, be a more difficult defensive unit, very strong, work hard for each other. You might get a result. I mean, it's a situation where Liverpool, obviously, they both need a big win because of the Champions League next year for Liverpool's point of view. But they've got to be a little bit more harder to beat. They give you too much of a chance, Tottenham. You're always going to get a couple of opportunities against them. So if they can be a little bit more defence-minded, and Liverpool fans will expect Liverpool to win, and sometimes that can go against you. So they can hit them on the break, play hard, hit them on the break, and they might get a point. But I'm certainly, if I'm doing my predictions, I'm going to probably go Liverpool to win.
Yeah, it's 4:30. It's Sunday afternoon. Liverpool Spurs. All the updates coming on Game Day Live on talkSPORT on Sunday, and then of course you can call the call-in show, the final word with Alan Pardew.
Reading your little script there is brilliant. Rupert Bell's he's fetched his suitcase. He's false.
Rupert Bell has, we believe, fetched the suitcase. His Botox needles are safe and sound. You guys. And he's back with us to discuss whether the Jukebox man would actually be favourite for Gold Cup today if it weren't for Harry Redknapp. It's talkSPORT Breakfast. We're live from Cheltenham. Good morning.
If you're taking out form right now, it has to be Harvey Barnes.
Yeah.
I mean, every time he steps on the pitch, I don't think he's going to score. He's so powerful and so quick. When he runs, it's almost like, oh my goodness, you're not catching him.
Yeah.
And that's where Thomas Tuchel, because I mentioned Barnes, Gordon, Rashford, Foden. You then got Palmer. I'm talking about attacking 10 attacking options.
Yeah.
You got Palmer, Saka, Madueke, Bowen, Bellingham can play 10. Rodgers can play left.
Yeah.
I mean, there are going to be some big names on that list that don't go.
Yeah, but annoyingly, out of all of those players, none of them are really smashing it at the moment.
Rodgers maybe is doing pretty well. Bellingham's been out injured.
Yeah.
Nothing from Foden.
No,
Cole Palmer's gone a little bit cold.
Yeah. Saka's not, obviously the numbers haven't been there. Madueke's in and out. But
isn't that bizarre? If we were doing this World Cup a year ago, we'd be buzzing with those players.
But and as I said, Barnesy.
Barnesy, giving the old John Barnesy
Yeah, Harvey Barnes. He's right now he's probably in the best form out of all of them.
On the left-hand side, Rashford was on the bench last night, right?
Yeah.
Who starts for England on the left for you out of those two, Rashford and...
Oh, Rashford would be first, because Rashford for England's been good.
He does?
Yeah.
Does that matter? It's a good point you make. Does that matter? If you're really good for England, but you're not doing it at club level, and some players are like that...
Danny Welbeck was a prime example of that.
Okay. Does your league form matter too much when the manager knows when you put the English shirt on, you perform?
Yeah, I think for certain players, I think it does matter. Because, again, a prime example was the last Euros, not the one in Germany, the one before that, sorry.
Yeah.
Where we was all saying Sterling can't go, his form wasn't there, and he was our best player.
That's a great point.
But you knew what Sterling was going to get.
It's not often you associate fan power with Chelsea Football Club, but one of the shining examples of it lies with a group called the Chelsea Pitch Owners. And they've proved to be the thorn in the side of owners past and present who've been dead set on moving stadiums to a larger, more lucrative piece of land. Essentially, the supporters group holds the freehold to the land on which Stamford Bridge sits. Former owner Ken Bates set it up at a time where some unruly property developers tried to evict the club from their ground. In order to prevent this, he established the CPO as a company that owned the pitch and offered the fans the chance to buy a share for £100. As well as that, they also own the rights to the name Chelsea Football Club, so if any owner wants to take them elsewhere, they can't be called Chelsea without the approval from the CPO. Now, in 2011, Roman Abramovich tried and failed to move them away from Stamford Bridge, and this has set a precedent for Todd Bowley and the current power brokers at Chelsea. They know any plan which involves moving from Stamford Bridge will require CPO approval from the now 13,000 fans who own it. There are fans who are concerned that if they stay at the bridge, they'll be left behind their domestic and European rivals who are moving to more commercially successful stadiums. But for the heritage and history lovers, Stamford Bridge is one of the iconic English stadiums, and to move away would be a grave mistake. It might not be as flashy as others, but stadiums like it have something about them that cannot be replaced. One thing's for sure, if Bowley wants to take Chelsea away from their home, he'll have to go through the CPO first.
Good morning. Welcome back to talkSPORT Breakfast. My name's Shabana Hearn, and for Alan Brazil Ray Parlour is here. We're live from the Cheltenham Festival with Coral. It is looking good out there, Ray. The sun is coming up. We've seen some horses gallop up past us here on our left-hand side. The guys are out having a look at the track, getting things in order for Gold Cup Day. There's nothing like it.
No, it's a beautiful setting at the moment. The sun, as you rightly say, Shaban, is coming up, and the horses all be looking forward. There'll be a few nervous people today with the Gold Cup, especially the owners who's got it's a cracking race. It really is later. So looking forward to another brilliant day racing.
Oh,
and,
here come the
you
horses
can't beat it.
now. Here they come, making their way up for a wee gander just now. This morning, getting themselves ready for what is a massive day of racing. It's brilliant to be here.
I think they're looking for a suitcase at the moment.
Oh yeah, have we found a suitcase? We'll find out very, very soon. Just quickly, by the way, talkSPORT understands that Sean Dyche would be reluctant to take over at Tottenham Hotspur should Igor Tudor be replaced. You can jump onto our website, talksport.com, for more on that. It's the biggest day of the Cheltenham Festival. That's right, it's nearly time for the Gold Cup on talkSPORT.
Sizing John is out in front. What a performance of Sizing John. Yes, the ruthless, driven out, relentless, remorseless, and pounded Cordo's star into submission. The answer is Denman. Denman won the Gold Cup.
For Gallopin Deschamps, it's heartbreak, but he wasn't at his best. But I know your way of thinking is definitely at his best because he has taken the Gold Cup.
I mean, even if you're not a purist and you just fancy a little flitter today, the one that you do it on is the Cheltenham Gold Cup. Magic stuff. To give us the latest, so I can bring in our talkSPORT commentator. And my new father-in-law, Rupert Bell, is with us now.
Well, delighted to welcome you into the family. Ollie did discuss this with me yesterday and said, what's going on?
I think they've got a very open marriage here with Jamie. Jamie's up to no good.
He left me yesterday.
And then Shaban's up to no good.
Well,
what are you going to do?
Well, anyway, it's Ollie. I'll check if he's last term. I think he might. I don't think he's single at the moment, but you never know.
I'll fight her. I'll fight anyone.
I've got a really good lawyer, Shaban. Don't worry.
Brilliant.
And anyway, I think there's been an explosion outside the double. There's been they've blown up my suitcase because for unexplained reasons. Absolute idiot of me.
Oh, Rupert, this is a classic. And you've shown me the picture this morning of this big suitcase in the middle of a car park, just
outside the double tree by Hilton.
Have you done that?
And there's a big, all the fire alarms gone off. Everybody's in dressing gowns right in the car park. We're getting counted at the moment, and all the bomb squads around it. And you know, Rupert's caused havoc.
I'm really sorry if the police have had to do a bit more than they should have done this morning. But what a plonker!
Who's Jamie in bed with? You've spoke that as well, Rupert. You're a disgrace.
Oh, dear. Anyway, give my regards to Jamie. He ruined his night, but anyway. Anyway, luckily, producer Dan has come to my rescue and has ensured there's not. But a stupid thing to do. But you know, when you get to my age, I can't even remember my name half the time. So
I've done it so many times. Rupert, the amount of people who check out and you go to put something in the car and you turn round and you've forgotten all about it.
At least it went at an airport.
It happens. What's in the case though? I mean, should we be embarrassed if they opened it up?
No, well, a lot of dirty clothing, actually.
Lovely.
Because I've been away for a week.
This is true.
You know, so I'll go home tonight.
Put the old washing on them,
and away I go. You know.
Perfect. Well, what are you thinking today then for Gold Cup?
This is a Gold Cup for the ages, without question. The quality of this field is extraordinary. We've had 10 millimetres of rain overnight. It absolutely lashed it down last night. So I don't know what they're officially calling the ground, but it will be on the soft side. So it's going to be a stamina test. I mean, obviously, Harry, we know, it is the sort of story.
Yeah.
And it's great that he has found, you know, the dream, as he described it, it's a dream moment.
Unbelievable.
To have the chance of winning the Gold Cup is, for a Jumps fan, it's like, this is it. And what it is, it's not just, you know, it's a man who's obviously achieved so much outside, you know, racing, and he's come into it through life. He just enjoyed the sport, and now he's having this.
He's been brilliant for racing, though, hasn't
he? It's the story in a way, because, you know, he's such an engaging, lovely character, and yet here he is now about to achieve something that might even surpass winning the FA Cup or all what he may have achieved as a footballer.
Will it go a favourite?
Well, be interesting. I'm sure Simon Clare will know.
Yes,
but I mean,
Simon
the Gaelic Django Bay might go off favourite because it's going to be this rain has certainly sort of maybe changed the complexion a bit of the race.
It was running on like a train, wasn't it?
Yeah, and Django Bay. Remember, he won the.
It's another 2 furlongs, isn't it?
Yeah, and getting up, and it will be an unrelenting gallop. I mean, I like Haiti Colours, trained by Rebecca Curtis, in the most heavenly spot on the West Wales coast. And she's a very shrewd trainer. And Haiti Colours, well, we haven't had a British-trained winner of the Gold Cup since the great Native River. And a very similar horse Native River is to Haiti Colours, has sort of almost winning Welsh nationals and things. So, and this will be a proper test. So Haiti Colours, he's won the Irish nationals, won the Welsh national, will be storming up the hill, I'm pretty sure, in the end. So fingers crossed. But as a race, it just is everything you want in it. And I can't wait for it.
What'd you make of the racing yesterday? Obviously started off with a 40-1 shot. White Noise.
I think Peter O'Reilly had a big winner.
did you back the 33-1 home by the Leil?
Yes, I did.
Well, I know when Andy Jacobs is absolutely met a taxi driver in Cork when he was on holiday who told him to back home by the Leil.
No way.
Well, I was standing next to someone at the bar where we was shebang, and he just said, "Oh, home by the Leil."
Was Jamie
that's what
there?
we did. No, Jamie was somewhere else.
He'd gone by then, did he?
He'd gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was good. I mean, Wood who?
Well, that for Gordon Elliott was good, but the thing I actually fact to file being withdrawn 45 minutes
that was a
before,
big story.
And that, why couldn't they? Well, there were rumours when you were speaking to AP yesterday. He suggested it that it might not run. Well, why didn't they just pull it out there and then?
Yes.
Instead of waiting. You know, if they were thinking like that, Willie Mullins would have been out on the track. They've all seen the course, but just before the race. No, that it just sat uncomfortably with me. Why they did it, I don't like that. The ground didn't get any rain, wasn't going to change that much, so I just think that was and there was boos when it was announced. You could hear boos our end of the course because obviously you're in one of the lovely boxes with young
thanks to our friend Rick.
with young.
Well, we're a long way out though, because if your horse goes past in front where we are, it's still a long way out. They've got the hill to contend with.
Yeah, and you think, well, what's actually?
Yeah, and he could still come last.
Yeah, but and so therefore, I just found that slightly. I don't understand why they needed to wait so long.
Well, it's like a football match, Rupert, when they cancel it like 20 minutes. I think Watford fans went up to hold, didn't they? And it was cancelled.
Yeah.
And they know the weather's not going to get better, or it ain't going to change. Yeah. So you just got to call it off that morning.
What was
Save
the
people
reason
travelling,
for
and
it?
I know people have had facts.
I think they said it was ground, but I mean, it didn't. Ground wasn't. There was a bit of rain around, but it's never going to change. It was more or less as it was in the morning, and then they pull it out, and I just found that to do it that late, I think wasn't thinking of the bigger picture. And okay, Hartwood was beaten last year by fact to file and wins in a.
I won on Hartwood. Yeah.
Well, your husband's breaking your heart anyway today. But won very convincingly. But we'll never know. John Bond ran a decent enough race, but I just think they probably even the ground wasn't quite right. It would have been good enough to win the race. So that was the only sort of bad side for yesterday. But Supremely West was a huge gamble.
Yeah, that was favourite, wasn't it?
And so that was good. And just another really good day. But today, this Gold Cup, I am just
buzzing for it. Yeah.
I'm pumped and ready to go.
And we've got to mention quickly Villa. Well, obviously, Rupert's a big Villa fan. So a big win last night. Did you watch it?
No, because
well, it's a bit awkward, isn't it?
I was doing some research.
He's packing a suitcase.
I was researching what a bottle of red wine looked like. And, so playing catch up on all you people. No, great to see Ollie getting a goal.
John McGinn back as well.
That to me is the absolute good news. He came on for 15 minutes, I think. Came on after 6.
Just got to be careful with him, haven't you?
No, and that's why he was just he's the beating heart of our team, and he is an extraordinary player. And when I saw Steve Bruce, he told a fabulous story of how he ended up getting him. And his mother actually didn't want him to go and join the club because he's going to be homesick. Everything. He's just such a talisman for our club, and he's also just the loveliest guy too.
Yeah, and his brother Paul flying at the moment as well. With Motherwell, but we need also, like from a selfish perspective for Scotland at the World Cup, I think it's also good to see John back and hopefully getting minutes and getting back to it as well, especially in such an important.
His centre of gravity is like no other.
Yeah,
when he somehow he gets.
I think he gives people energy around him. That's a good way to say that. And he'd want to play most teams. He'd be a great probably teammate to play alongside. I should imagine.
Fantastic. So that was the good news from last night. And I will be going to the second leg next week when at least we won it, and fingers crossed then we're into the quarter-final.
There's reports actually this morning in the newspapers that Aston Villa fans scrapped with French police before the Europa League win over Leil. Seen some things floating about online. Never a pleasant look for the club. Viral footage posted to social media by Aston Villa Updates appears to show local authorities swinging batons at a crowd of travelling fans last night. So we'll keep tabs on that there, Rupert.
Well, I went away Basel. And I have to say, That was my first away trip. You do feel like you're being herded left, right, and centre when you go away, and
it's a reputation, isn't it?
It's a sort of unedifying.
English clubs have all got bad reputations,
and it's an unedifying. Great. We had a lovely time in Basel during the day, but then we had to get there early, and then we were kept in the ground for 50 minutes. Oh God,
it's a nightmare sometimes.
And it's just a selection. Of people that ruin it.
Sometimes the police can start it as well.
No.
We don't know what went on.
We don't know what went on, but they do quickly get involved, the police, and they get their batons out straight away.
More on our website, by the way, on that story, talksport.com. We'll keep you posting on that as and when we get it. Rupert, you're back with us a little bit later on.
Am I?
I don't know, but maybe you will be. I'm sure we'll hear from you anyway.
Anyone got a suitcase?
Nice one, though, Rupert.
We'll make sure all your stuff's still in it.
I thought it was going to be like a red one or something. Like
but trouble if anyone opens it, they've just seen some dirty underpants. They're not going to be very happy, are they?
Rupert's.
Too much information there.
Rupert. Right, okay. Enjoy complete coverage of Cheltenham Festival on Racing TV, the only channel showing every race live. Racing TV, live on air from 9:45 every day of the Cheltenham Festival with over 32 hours of unmissable coverage. Join Racing TV for half price for an entire year. Head to racingtv.com/half price now. And to celebrate, Racing TV is also giving away a pair of tickets to the Grand National Day at Aintree. Go to talksport.com/win to enter. 18+, terms and conditions as always apply. Find out next why Ray Parlour thinks John Obi Mikel is a donut. Say that to his face following his appearance on White and Crook here at Cheltenham on Wednesday. Good morning, it's Gold Cup day.
I feel sorry for Kingsley. I feel
sorry for him, Jim.
I feel sorry for him.
I feel sorry for him on a human level, right? I feel sorry for him, right? 22 years old. He's been thrown in the deep end. I get it, and he's had a stinker, right? But he is a professional footballer. Like, he is a professional football player. He's the number 2 for Tottenham Hotspur. Like, you have got to have... Like, you're meant to be a decent keeper. You cannot come in a Champions League fixture and do what he done. Like on a human level, I get it. You feel for him. Igor Tudor is an absolute charlatan for putting him in there in the first place to make that decision.
It's not his fault, is it?
Well, it is his fault because he picked him.
No, but,
and then he dragged him, and then he didn't even put his arm around him to say, "Don't worry, lad." He just walked down the tunnel, crying.
Well, listen, I've got an idea.
Igor Tudor didn't even put his arm around him to say,
"Listen, Jay, I've got an idea. Right, Harry Redknapp. It's been my choice for a number of weeks now.
Harry Redknapp is not.
No, hold on. Harry Redknapp is my number 1, right? He's got the Gold Cup coming up Friday. He wins that. Jukebox man. He's on a high. He's going in the jungle. We've heard he's going in the jungle, right? All Spurs fans should vote him out early. Vote him out early. Spurs fans, you can still play a part in your season. Vote him out early, and he may rock up to save your season.
Honestly.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it! Oh!
mean, we don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology. How would you get to that conclusion?
That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Believe in your soul. You've got the power to know you're indestructible. Always believe in gold.
Go on, Al. You're indestructible. Hopefully back with you on talkSPORT soon. The big man is not feeling good, so he's at home resting today. You'll be watching Gold Cup on the telly. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark's Rewards events. You can get £500 off your next car this week only. It's Shabana Hearn. Ray Parlour is here. What do we know this Friday morning? Unai Emery became the quickest of 3 men to have reached 100 victories as Aston Villa manager when his side defeated Leil in the first leg of their Europa League last 16 tie. We've just had a look at some of that footage going around online there. It doesn't look pretty at all. George Russell led Kimi Antonelli to a Mercedes 1-2 in the only practice session at the Chinese Grand Prix before the sprint weekend starts to unfold. And also Crystal Palace were held to a frustrating goalless draw at home to AEK Larnaca in the first leg of the Europa Conference League last 16 tie. Striker Jean-Philippe Mateta returned to the pitch for the first time since he tried to force that move out of the club in January. Here's how that moment sounded on talkSPORT 2.
And it will be a free kick, and here is the return of Jean-Philippe Mateta, and it's a like-for-like swap with Jørgen Strand Larsen coming off.
Oh, and there's a mixed reaction there, Nigel. I think the cheers outweighed the boos, but there were a few boos there.
Yeah, you could hear them loud and clear.
Well, he's got to accept that. I mean, it was well documented. He wanted to leave, wasn't it? I know he didn't make his medical. He was injured, so he couldn't go. But it's not ideal. But I'm sure he's a good professional, and he'll try and do the best he can for Crystal Palace still till the end of the season. And he will be on his way again.
They'll need him, right? If he can start banging in the goals again, everyone will be forgiven.
You expect him to be no problem in the league. They've got enough points now, I should imagine, 38. But yeah, it's not ideal. But you want to try and still win a trophy. So he might come in handy as a striker of his calibre to win a trophy. So I'm sure that, as he said before, there was a few boos. People weren't happy that he wanted to leave. But that's football these days. A lot of people do come and go, and January windows, and it's a better offer probably for himself. And you've got to accept it. But why he's got a Crystal Palace shirt on, you've got to get behind him, I should imagine.
And that's the thing. Palace, albeit they've had a wonderful last year. I mean, absolutely wonderful.
Fans will always remember that year, Shabane.
And it also comes then with its little problems as well. Big problems. I mean, having to drop down at the Conference League was an issue for them, but maybe it's a competition they could see themselves winning. You know, Glasner having his, moment with the press that day as well.
Players, haven't they?
Lost huge players, not being able to replace them. But players like Jean-Philippe Mateta, I know he wanted out of the club and he tried to force that through, but, he can be forgiven if he puts in a good performance.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure if he gets a couple of goals in key games coming up, then, all is forgotten. That's how it works in football, I'm afraid. But, it's a situation. He knows the manager's leaving. He's seen some really top players leave as well. And he wants to be part of that, leaving the club. Yeah. So it's a bit of a mess at the moment. But, You know, they keep going, Palace, and I'm sure they've got every chance still away from home in the next leg.
So earlier on in the week, former Chelsea midfielder John Obi Mikel was on White and Jordan's show down at Cheltenham, and he was very strong when he was asked whether he'd recognise Arsenal as champions.
No, I wouldn't, because for me, it's a cheat. They've cheated their way to winning the Premier League. So I wouldn't recognize them as winners, because for me, it's illegal the way they're winning games. It's illegal. Unless the Premier League right now, from this weekend, stamp that out. We don't want to see that in the game.
So if you were playing for Arsenal, asked by Arteta, these are the tactics, and this is what I want you to do, you'd say, that's not my style of football, I can't do that.
No, you can't, because he spent $1 billion.
You would not go with Arteta's tactics?
No, when I look at the team, there's so much creativity in that team. So much creativity. Eze, Odegaard, Saka, let them express themselves. When you watch them, they're so rigid. They depend solely on the corner kick.
Oh, I think he'd been hanging about.
I don't know what's happening there. I don't know, he's been in champagne.
The bubbles had been flowing that day, John Obi.
Well, I don't know what he's trying to get at there, if I'm being honest. I'm a little bit confused.
It feels clickbaity. It feels like he's saying something that's really...
He might not like Arsenal, but it's a situation where corners is part of the game, set plays are part of the game, and if you bring in a coach and they practice set plays and you can score a goal out of a set play, look at the long throw in again. Now people launching it in the box. They didn't used to do that. They went for that period when it wasn't happening, but now you might get a goal out of that now, and you take it. So I don't know where he's going with that, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
And it's all about winning football matches. It doesn't matter how you win the games. You can play brilliant football, and people want to see great football. There's no doubt about that. But there's certain games you just have to get over the line, and that shows me more desire in the team to win something than it would losing 4-3. You could lose 4-3 and say, we played really well today, but they scored more goals than us and we lost the game. But sometimes I'd rather win 1-0 and be solid at the back, get the goal what you need, and then carry on. Because at the end of the season, when you pick that trophy up, no one analyses every game to say, it was really poor there. But we got the win. We shouldn't have won that game. It doesn't matter. You're picking that trophy up. So, and Arsenal haven't won the Premier League for 22 years, so it's a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of people we were chatting to yesterday, Arsenal fans saying people need to lay off this criticism of Arsenal. They're doing well. It looks like we're going to win the Premier League.
Who's going to worry about that?
Fans are happy, so John Obi Mikel can, I don't know, go through peas in the moon as far as
everyone's got their own opinions, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I don't know where he's going with saying cheated. What's that?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm not too sure what he's going along with that.
Right, still to come for you on talkSPORT Breakfast.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Doing what matters for the trade. Find your local branch at travisperkins.co.uk.
At 9 o'clock this morning, we're going to be joined by King of the Jungle. Harry Redknapp is back with us ahead of his horse running at the Gold Cup today. Jukebox man. Fingers crossed for you, Harry. Up next, Gabby Agbonlahor will be joining us right here, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, after his French exit from the racecourse yesterday. French exit? It's not an Irish exit. What's a French exit? Is it? I've just heard of the Irish exit. It's fair to say his fellow Villa fan, tennis player Dan Evans, wasn't too happy about Gabby's style yesterday.
And he used to call himself the man around town in Birmingham, and his partner picks him up.
At 10 a.m.
Oh, my. Come on, Gabby.
You're miles off at Agbonlahor. Gabby with us next. That was our breakfast preview with Travis Perkins.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. With 250 hire branches nationwide, it's easy to hire at Travis Perkins.
Simon, on Top Boxing this week, you said all of this is confected. It's fake. It's not real.
I think there's none of that. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, Eddie Hearn talks about lacing my boots. To quote the great Kevin Kelly, he might get his boots smoked by Zuffa because they've got the money and the broadcast deals to really capitalise on the opportunity. And they will come. And they are coming. I don't agree with Dana's observations about the fact that everything... He described the UFC model as being built upon everything that was bad in boxing, everything he hated was something he was going to deploy in building UFC. Whole different set of rules, whole different set of game, whole different set of structure, whole different industry in terms of UFC and what he built it from. This is a different ball game. He's not going to have a free run at it. Yes, he's got a lot of opportunities in front of him. Yes, he's got a stable. He's got the challenges of how he's done UFC. He's been sued up the yin yang for compensation from fighters. So he's got that circle to square with fighters coming in. He's got fighters that are ultimately wanting to fight for legitimate belts rather than this Zuffa nonsense right now, with the Ring magazine the only credibility really behind it. So I think it's confected because I think both of them, you know, they love the limelight. And when Eddie gets all offended about, he's asking me for a fight. I remember being in the studio challenging Eddie a year ago, and he was suggesting that we had a fight. So he's perfectly prone to doing it himself. Now he's saying it's an offensive thing that Dana White suggests that we have a fight. Look, the bottom line is they're getting noise and they're getting attention. And that's what they do. They're promoters. That's what their job is. Now, whether it's about themselves or whether it's about their charges, it brings noise. Behind it, poking a little stick with some excrement on the end of it, is Turkey a Sheikh, winding everybody up and getting everybody at it, whether it's Frank because he's saying defamatory things or his Ring magazine colleagues are saying defamatory things about Queensberry.
Would you give up the chance to play for your country to become a global star of your sport and earn big money doing it? Well, that's the choice facing rugby players right now because of the proposed new R360 League. Led by 2003 World Cup winner Mike Tindall, it's already being backed by major investors. Its goal? Turn rugby union into franchises, not clubs, add some serious cash and a bit of razzmatazz. Or in their words, make the game more watchable, accessible and entertaining, especially for younger audiences. But there's been a huge pushback, a massive no way from the current game. So what exactly is R360 and why is it controversial? Rugby union is facing challenges on a domestic level right now. There's huge financial instability across even top-tier clubs. The English game has seen leading clubs like Wasps, London Irish and Worcester go out of business in the top flight. The Welsh provincial game is in total disarray too. R360 says they would remove what are easily some clubs' biggest expenses, i.e. the big stars, and therefore make more of them profitable. So the plan is to inject a new lease of life into the sport. But how exactly? Top stars of the men and women's game playing for a franchise-based league with fixtures in cities like London, Miami, Tokyo and Lisbon. Each city would host a tournament featuring all the franchises during a short 3-month season. And though no players have officially confirmed, reports suggest around 200 have signed pre-contracts, some worth up to 750 grand. And if that's the pre-contract, you can imagine where the full wages will get to. Problem is, the rest of rugby says no. In fact, no way. The national unions from England, Scotland, Ireland, France, Italy, South Africa, New Zealand and Australia have declared any player joining R360 will be banned from test selection. World Rugby's also not approved the league. Many fear it echoes football's failed European Super League, a top-down, money-driven idea that could damage the sport's traditions. So is it dead already? Well, rugby union is at a crossroads. Some may be against it, but we know others are being swayed by the cash. So will everything work itself out? Or after the European Super League and Live Golf, have we got sport's next big scandal on our hands?
talkSPORT Breakfast. My name's Shabana Hare, and unfortunately, Big Al hasn't made it today. He's really under the weather, so we're just sending him love and prayers and all the best. And hopefully, we'll see him back at talkSPORT very, very soon. Gold Cup Day. Cheltenham is not the same without our Alan Brazil, but we are here to try and take you up to Gold Cup Day in style. We've got Ray Parlour and Gabby on the way in just a moment. But first for you this morning, coming up, we've got a big weekend of Six Nations to come, especially for the mighty Scotland. Do your Scottish accent, Gabby?
I'll tell you what.
That'll do.
We'll be speaking to former Scotland and Saracens lock Jim Hamilton on whether he thinks the Scots might be able to just do it. And as Jukebox Man takes the track in today's prestigious Gold Cup, we'll be speaking to the owner of the very horse. And former Spurs man, Harry Redknapp, will be back with us this morning. All that to come, but now the Gab father is back with us.
Good morning, how are we?
Good morning.
I'm very well after last night.
Where you been?
Finally an English team winning Europe,
Aston
right?
Villa, yeah. No, good result.
When the pressure's on for an English team to finally win in Europe, Villa will always come.
They will.
Terrible results.
Bouncing back.
I must admit, I mean, Chelsea, I didn't see that. I didn't see Man City losing like they did.
Yeah. No, all of it.
They're all under pressure.
Disappointing.
Liverpool losing. Arsenal only getting a draw.
Forest last night, though. I know
Forest losing.
Midtjylland beat them early on in the season, Europa League group stage, but you fancied Forest last night.
Would you fancy them away from home, though? Forest, I still think they can do.
But
get something away.
You know, Israel, what have they got bigger to worry about? They play Fulham on the weekend. The following weekend, is it Spurs?
Well, that's more important, the Premier League.
Exactly.
Than winning that trophy.
Yeah. Gabby, you were with us yesterday,
Yes.
and then you got picked up.
Who by?
You love telling people like my life story.
Hold on a minute. You're the first one to knock anyone for their street cred,
Honestly,
or try and drag someone, and then you're the one ducking out of here, running out with security at 10 o'clock to be picked
I wish.
up.
I don't need security.
Security, Ollie. Ollie the Wally. Well, we bumped into your friend Dan Evans yesterday.
Oh, Dan.
Where's Gabby? Where's Gabby? He's got a little message for you, Gabs. Dan, are you there?
Doesn't speak much.
And he used to call himself the man around town in Birmingham, and his partner picks him up.
At 10 a.m.
Oh, my. Come on, Gabby.
Oh,
it was a great message, that. I didn't hear anything.
No, fair play. He said that you used to be the boy about town.
I did, but them days are gone. I've got a 17-year-old now.
Too old.
Right, I've got an 18-year-old in June, so I can't be out around the town now.
No, you can't.
Imagine my son's like, Dad, come on, get home.
I've got a 30-year-old. I'm still there.
You got 30?
Yeah, but I was still
way.
30 years old.
Oh, you look the part.
And we got 5 kids. Oh, well, I've got 5 kids. How many you got, Gab?
I've got 4. Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. One to go.
That I know of.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
Right, okay. Let's move on to the football.
Are you joking? Not really.
Oh, Gab, don't get yourself in trouble.
Touch wood. Don't jinx it.
Right.
Right.
Japan's in trouble. Jamie's in trouble.
Everyone's
in trouble.
Jamie's left me.
Did he?
I've run off with Rupert Bell's son.
Oh, you were
I've gone
talking
off
about
with
him yesterday,
Ollie.
weren't you?
It's that sort of marriage, though.
Jamie's found someone else.
Yeah. Oh, what sort of marriage, Ray?
Well, it's that sort of marriage.
Apparently,
they're very open.
The good old days.
It's open for me, but it's not open for him. Right? Different rules. Anyway, before we get in trouble, I know we love him so much. Shocking scenes last night. Year change from one thing to another. The Villa fans, of course, been away. There's a thing going around online, a piece of footage showing police treating Villa fans, how they were treated on the ground last night. Gabby, I know you've had a look at it. What do you think?
It doesn't surprise me. I will have to say, I went to PSG away last season in Champions League, and everyone was on edge before the game. There were some incidents in local bars. Villa fans were attacked, but the police did do a good job of sort of getting us all in and getting us all out safely. But I'm not surprised. And what annoys me is that we get a bad name, English fans, when they go abroad. But I'm sure the Villa fans, and I had friends that were over there, just want to get into the game. But the way they treat you, Shaban and Ray, and it's not just Villa, a lot of other fan bases can say the same. They treat you terribly. But when we, as police over here, Fenerbahce, they trashed the City ground, Nottingham Forest Stadium, early on in the season. I bet they got goodie bags on the way out. That's how nice we are over here to fans that cause carnage and rip seats out. The English fans don't do that abroad, but they get treated so badly, and there's got to be something done about it.
Sometimes they're penned in for ages as well after the game.
Hour and a half, we were stuck in Paris.
2 hours.
Hour and a half.
Ridiculous.
On
really.
edge.
But they are quite heavy-handed, aren't they? You
Well,
know, any
the
sort of
footage looks heavy-handed.
You know, when you're having a little bit of argument, they bang, they'll be the first ones. And the problem is, it's going back years and years ago that they've got a bad reputation. England, English clubs have got bad reputation everywhere they go. So that's the problem you have, and that's not going to change very soon. I'm afraid, because most of the police, if you go Italy, France, wherever it's going to be, and always looking out for the English fans, aren't they?
Well, surely the footage that's been put out, that can be sent and complaints being made, because kids would have been there.
Yeah.
You know, I know people that take their kids to European away games, and young kids, and, you know, going through that experience is not nice.
Yeah. I think we're going to speak to somebody who was there in just a moment. Going to the football just now. Ollie Watkins back on the score sheet last night. John McGinn back on the pitch. All going in the right direction at this stage of the season.
Yes, the game last night, it wasn't Villa's best game. Like, Ray will know more than ever. In a European game, sometimes get the result.
Don't matter.
It was a very strict performance from the Villa team. Defensively, they were sound. Wingers were tracking back. That made it difficult for Leil to get through. Ollie Watkins, it's so strange with him. When he's not got time, he will score. The header, he just had to head it straight away. Then he gets put through 1v1 5 minutes later, and he just got to slot it right down the keeper's left. He tries to take it round the keeper, makes a mess of it, no penalty. When he's got time, he doesn't really score. But without time, Ollie Watkins will.
Who would you have up front? Would it be Ollie? Or would it be Tammy?
I think you have to stick with Ollie. I mean, Tammy Abraham, yes, you know, he's a different sort of player, but I like managers that stick with players, Ray, when they're going through a bit of a bad spell. I mean, I would never have played under Martin O'Neill if I went through bad spells and he took me out of the team. And hopefully that goal last night gives him confidence to carry on scoring. But I was surprised that his first Europa League goal of the season, 1 in 9 in Europa League. So he's not been at his best this season.
No, John McGinn back is massive.
Oh, it was amazing, mate.
Massive.
Buzzing for him.
Club.
And everyone involved with the club, you know, when you see him come on yesterday, you're like, okay, John McGinn's back, everything's okay. He's such a leader in that midfield as well, and we're going to need him on Sunday against Manchester United away.
How'd you see that one going then?
Tough game. Manchester United always seem to beat Villa at home. Obviously, last season they got that lucky decision when Rodgers scored and the referee blew his whistle, and there was no problem with the goal. Cost Aston Villa £100 million, Champions League football, top players.
You're not bitter, are you?
No. I have moved on. Right, I have moved on. But hopefully the refs, whoever it is on Sunday, just don't blow your whistle straight away. Wait, relax.
Yeah, but what do you make of Rodgers' form at the moment? Because he's played every minute, isn't he?
Yeah.
He doesn't get a little bit of a rest.
Yeah, he doesn't get a rest. And he can't give him a rest, Ray.
No,
we haven't got other players that are performing. Jadon Sancho can't get past the player. Again, last night, Leon Bailey comes on, miscontrols the ball whenever he gets it, can't take a player on. So you haven't got the options to give Rodgers a rest. Maybe last season with Asensio, with Rashford, top players, you could have. But I'm sure he'll be happy with his performance last night as well.
Okay, let's go to the phone lines. 03717 223344 is the number. We've got Steve, the Villa fan, who was there last night. Steve, how are you this morning? Are you doing okay?
Morning, Steve.
How you doing, Steve?
Morning, how you doing? You okay? You're good?
Yeah, good. What happened last night? What did you see?
What do we see? I think we kind of missed... I've seen obviously videos and what have you. I think we missed kind of that part of it. We got through probably just around kick-off. Scan the ticket, go through, we got stopped again, there was people coming down the stairs, Villa fans and of all ages, and they said, oh, we've just been tear gassed. So we're thinking, oh, blimey, what we're going to walk into here. And then they kind of let us through the next phase, and you go to the next part, and where there's another cage where all the food outlets are, and literally, like, there was loads of stewards being very, very heavy-handed. The police were in the corner by that part, so I didn't see what was happening there, but there were some Villa fans in a really bad way. There was a lot of blood all over the concourse. So I said to my mate Trevor, who's disabled, I just said, well, what do you want to do? And he was like, I don't want to go in. We did for about 10 minutes, and do you know what? The atmosphere just wasn't great. So literally and there was a lot of people, again, of all ages, just saying, I'm done. I'm not going to bother. So literally we turned around. It's the kind of decision you make then where you think, is it really, is it worth it? And then we came out and we ended up watching the rest of the game in a bar. So it just, it wasn't nice, it wasn't pleasant, but unfortunately, it's kind of what we come to expect whenever we go away.
Yeah, I was going to say that, Steve. Is this common when you follow Aston Villa across Europe?
Yeah, it is. Now, Gabby, there's been like Bruges, been probably Feyenoord, Rotterdam, like literally they pen you in. And to be honest, honestly, and I don't see to say, but Villa fans are good as gold. They go, they have the crackers, they have a good time. But literally, it's almost as if like you're kind of being wound up a little bit. You're kind of being intimidated, and it's really not the one. So yeah, I think it was after last night they're kind of reconsidering their options. Unfortunately, you're kind of moving forward.
Yeah,
I was at the PSG game last season. I remember like I was with my missus. Actually, it was her birthday. And we were kept in for like probably an hour and a half. And then, like you say, different sections. And you finally get out, and there's like a cage. And Villa fans have got their hands through the cage of like, let us out.
That's
sort of
exactly
like you felt like a caged animal. And it's like,
Yeah.
they don't get that treatment over here, do they?
Well, do you know what, Gab? We were saying that last night. It's like literally, and we've had fans that have come and smashed Villa Park up. You know what I mean? And the things that have gone on and with the police in the past. But I think, as I say, our record going abroad is you've got people again of all ages, different professions. And there aren't any idiots. It's even if there was massive police presence by the Metro, all fine, not an issue, absolutely fine. The trains got delayed, which is why we were a little bit late. But we just always seem to be. I don't know if it's European. But we just seem to get the raw end of the deal, I feel.
Well, Steve, thanks so much for your call this morning. We appreciate
Top
it.
man, Steve.
Hope you're okay. Hope your mate's okay as well. We'll keep you posted on that.
What can be done though, Shaban? Ray, what can be done though? Because it's good of us to now complain on here, so like it gets what it deserves. But what can be done? Because
maybe
it's
we'll
not just
hear
Villa
something
fans.
from the club. Maybe the club needs to
come
step
out,
up and recognise and
something needs to be
protect
done.
their fans more.
From UEFA,
more British police got to go with
100%.
Yeah.
Probably the best idea.
You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. We're live at Cheltenham today. It's Gold Cup day. Coming up next, you're going to hear how a jockey's mum embarrassed the life out of her son on live TV. It's absolutely cracking. That was following the victory. The Kim, you're here at Cheltenham yesterday. Good morning to you.
Morning, guys. Morning, Gabs.
Jay,
morning,
good
boss.
morning,
bossy. Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. All good.
Why are you not here, Jermaine? I thought you would be with us today in the box, smelling amazing.
I might have to come down, actually. Looks like it's going to be fun. Nice day for it.
Yeah, great day.
Jump on the headache up there, you'll be fine, mate.
He's not a racing man, I don't think, is he?
I'm not. The boss knows I'm not really, and he's getting involved in it, though.
Yeah.
Saying all the right
He's well behaved, didn't come on a Tuesday when he was in on a Wednesday.
No.
Yeah, he was definitely there on a Tuesday.
We're the lads here. All got the helicopter here, didn't they?
Did they?
Tottenham, yeah. Yeah.
That was
Jermaine, it's good to have you on with this. Let's get your thoughts now on your former club. Shall we start with Spurs? It's a bit of a mess.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously it's been a hard watch all season. To be honest, I think especially the other night I watched the game and yeah, it was just I think the manager's come in and he's in, especially in that game, he's decided to start a young goalkeeper in Kingsley, and I think I was surprised when he took him off. To be honest, I think when you have a young goalkeeper and you make that decision in such a game of that magnitude to start him, I think you've got to stay with him. I think what a young goalkeeper can gain from that sort of experience, even though it weren't going well when he made the two big mistakes. But I think you've got to stay with him. And the fact that the manager decided to take him off and not really acknowledge him when he come off, I just think that human side, I think you've got to manage that situation in the right way. It doesn't look good. I think try and get through half time and allow the senior players to get around him and help him in the second half. But to drag...
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Good morning. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark's rewards event. You can save up to £500 on thousands of cars. It's a beautiful day here in Cheltenham. The winds died down ever so slightly. It was a mad storm coming out here yesterday. A mad storm. My name's Shabana for Alan Brazil. Sadly, he's not feeling too good. He's just going to rest home for the next wee while, and hopefully we'll see him back here again soon at talkSPORT. It's not the same without.
He saved him some money.
This is true.
Week.
This is true.
And also he saved the where we go hospitality. He saved them a bit of money as well, because he always buys the best wine and they pay for it. So they're not over. We want to see Alan in there, but
of course.
They've saved money this year.
Get well soon, Alan. It's not the same without you here. Yesterday, I don't know if you've seen this, 31-year-old jockey Tom Bellamy secured his first ever Cheltenham Festival victory, winning the Ryanair Mares Novices on White Noise at 40-1. A huge win for him, and you would think that would be the reason that he's all over the headlines today and trending on social media. It's not for the win. It's his mum's interview with ITV after the race. Here's what she said.
Great for the yard, the lads, lasses, everybody, and the mother who has to put up with him on the way home if he's gone badly, you know?
You were saying, though, the result of this win might mean that he gets what going forward?
Girlfriend, maybe. Anybody out there? He's a nice lad.
OK, he's a nice lad, says Mum. If you want a boyfriend, Tom Bellamy is available.
Well, my husband left me yesterday, so that's another one, Ray.
Where you at, Tom?
Bet Tom will have it.
She said anyone at all.
Anyone will do.
You've not sold him well there, Mum.
Most mums, I don't know, as I said before, it's a situation where it's a bit of fun, isn't it?
Oh, hilarious.
But
brilliant.
to get a winner at Cheltenham, Simon will tell you how hard it is. I mean, it's amazing to see, and he must be on cloud nine this morning.
He'll be feeling
31-year-old this morning.
Yeah, Mum will be in trouble. All in time for Mother's Day as well. Right, we can get the latest odds with Coral now and Simon Clare.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here to make this Cheltenham Festival more rewarding. 18+, gambleaware.org.
You're also looking for a girlfriend.
No,
I've
now got a girlfriend. And
Simon, this is brilliant news.
and she often watches the show.
Oh, morning,
It's been
Simon.
a while, hasn't it, Simon?
What's her name? Why haven't you told us?
Well, her name's Amy. Amy, you're now being outed on
morning,
broadcast.
Hello, Amy.
He's following down Steve-O's footsteps.
Yeah, Steve-O's paved the way.
He's done
now,
yeah.
you know. But so she's a keen talkSPORT viewer.
Oh, brilliant!
And, she loves the horse racing, so she's tuning in now.
What do you like about Amy?
Oh, for God's sake! Here I am.
I saw him in Argos the other day trying to buy a ring.
We did talk about
one ring.
We did talk about that. Listen, I was just about to say, what's playing?
Turn the music up.
Oh, God.
Come on, Simon.
Tom Bellamy is a really, really good lad, right? He's going to be ruined in the weighing room by all his mates after this. By the weighing room and all those jockeys, it's a tough place to be.
Don't change subject, Simon.
Well, yeah, and what I'm saying
about you.
So it's live radio.
I'm never going to be able to live this down. I'm going to be ruined all afternoon now. But listen, I'm very pleased that I now have a girlfriend.
Yeah,
and,
good, Simon.
Good, mate.
So, yeah.
Be proud of it.
I knew there was a little glint in your eye this week.
I know. I just wish she was here. But, I'll be seeing.
Can't wait for the stag do, Simon.
Morning, Amy.
Oh, that'd be good.
Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, Simon's got a girlfriend.
Oh, God.
Right. Sorry,
Where were
Simon. We digress. Let's get back to the
racing.
bets today. Yeah, shall we do it?
Let's talk about the racing. Yeah, well done, Tom Bellamy, by the way. That was a great victory for him. He is a really good guy, and I still thought that was just the funniest thing, using the opportunity to try and find your son a girlfriend.
Brilliant.
But and obviously, if I'm ever single again, I will use talkSPORT in that way too. But no, I'm not going to be that. But today, big day. Listen, this is
Don't dig that old, Simon.
Yeah.
You're not confident, Simon. In this,
I'm very confident. But this is a huge day. Now, remember, we've had the first 2 days of Cheltenham Festival. Many people sort of feel, it's the fourth day, but actually it's the biggest day. So if you think this is where you build to a conclusion, like a rock concert, and the Gold Cup is the second biggest betting race of the year behind only the Grand National, and all 7 of today's races are the biggest betting races of the week. So massive day. And the Gold Cup is the one. And we had Harry on the show yesterday, which is amazing, wasn't it? Chatting to him about all things. But you could tell when we talked about the Jukebox man and his... he couldn't sleep. Steve got him worked up a bit and got him very excited. And he's challenging for favouritism with Gaelic Warrior. I thought earlier on the show, you teed up beautifully out, Ray, that this is connected to Alan. That amazing day a few years ago when Brazil beat Gaelic Warrior and sort of went down in folklore on talkSPORT. But Gaelic Warrior's gone on to become a very good horse, and he's challenging for favouritism. Sean Bowen still yet to ride a winner at the Cheltenham Festival. He's been trying all week.
His brothers had 2 as well, wasn't he?
His brothers had 2, which of course, top man.
Amazing.
He was so pleased for his brother, but he wants this.
Yes.
Could he do it in the Gold Cup with Haiti Couleur for Wales? That'll make Dino happy. Then you've got Django By for Nicky Henderson, the last year's winner, I Know the Way You're Thinking, and Grey Dawning for Dan Scott. So it's a brilliant Gold Cup.
It's a brilliant race.
Brilliant Gold Cup.
Really, really competitive.
Absolutely wonderful. And if anyone's just wanting a wee flutter who's not used to the betting day, like you say, this is the one that people normally go for. What's your kind of?
Well, I think on the Gold Cup, I think. Listen, I wouldn't put you off the Jukebox man. I think it's a horse who can win. The market says he can win. The form says he can win. And yet you also know be the best as I
was in the car earlier.
A story,
I was in the car earlier on the way here. I said, I'm putting it on. I had to.
I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm doing it.
I had to.
Because Harry's got that real infectious, lovable
exactly.
way about him as well. And you really want to support.
I want to be part of it.
People like that.
Celebrating afterwards.
But in terms of the horse, Simon, it's important to point out that he's kind of in his kind of prime at the moment.
He's a really good horse. Yeah, Ben Pauling trains him. And Ben Pauling had Meet Me by the Sea, which won yesterday. He's ridden by Ben Jones, who... he some great pictures on the talkSPORT visuals, but he came into the winners' coach of Ben after riding the winner, and he's a brilliant jockey. He just really punching the air, milking the moment, meant a lot to him. But the confidence that'll give to him riding the Jukebox man, since you could say the stars are all aligning in a way, and even little things like the Tottenham struggling and the Tottenham job being available. You're playing.
That's the double. That's the double.
All over it, mate.
Simon, we had a bit of rain last night. Would that help? Who would that help? I think it's gone a bit soft. It's got softer.
Haiti Couleur. I think Haiti Couleur won the Coral Welsh National. Real stayer. As I said, that would be a good story as well for Sean Bowen to ride his first Cheltenham Festival winner in the Gold Cup.
Yeah.
But it is one of those great races that I don't think anybody could say they know what will win, but they most horses could win, and that makes it a really great race.
Well, I've got the treble now, so I'm going to get married.
Time of marriage. How long does it last?
We've got Harry to win.
Does Amy say yes?
Harry to win the Gold Cup and Harry to get the Tottenham job.
And then he wins the I'm a Celebrity special as well, because he told us a little bit about that yesterday.
Wow.
It's on your soon. Simon, thank you for oversharing.
Quickly just shout out, we always say it, the reward shaker.
Remember,
shake your phone. Guaranteed daily wins every day, 100,000 free bets a day. Terms and conditions apply. Over 18s, gamble responsibly.
Yes.
Simon, you've outdone yourself.
Well done, Simon.
Thank you so
Romantic
much.
Simon. Well
yeah, really cute. Look out for Simon's engagement announcement very, very soon. Coming up next. Sorry, that was a look at the latest stores with Coral. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral's Rewards Shaker. Make this Cheltenham Festival more rewarding with 100,000 free bets to be won every day. 18 plus online. Max 1 reward per player per day. 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Reward restrictions and T's and C's apply. Gambleaware.org.
Coming up for you next, will Arsenal be edging a step closer to the Premier League title? They take on Everton this weekend. And also, Simon's girlfriend Amy is going to be with us next on the show.
Just so typical.
So nonsensical.
PSG 3, Chelsea 2, and goodness me, boys, you've shot yourselves in the foot.
What is that? What is that?
I said it. We said it. You bring in a keeper because he's good with his feet, but really and truly, is he that good with his feet? Watch this shambolic goal.
Reece James plays the ball back to Jorgensen, who tries to play out from the back, and he gets intercepted. It falls to a PSG player, and by the way as well, when he gets worked to Vitinha, the goalkeeper's off his line, and that is some dinked finish, isn't it? But once again there, Kwaku, he's taking way too much time, and my goodness me, in a game of football where you're level at 2-2, possibly looking the better team, in a game of this magnitude, at this level, mistakes like that, Louis, are just completely unacceptable.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. This is why when people talk about keepers playing with the ball at their feet all the time and how it's a massive priority, yes, I appreciate the game is changing, but the priority for a goalkeeper is saving it.
There's also moments as well that I don't think they're clearly there. You had a PSG player coming from the left-hand side.
It's logical.
You could see ahead as well someone's being pressed. I'm with you. Playing out from the back is a part of football, but if you can see there's pressure on, there has to be a moment where you don't play out from the back and you just go long.
But this is the problem. There's this consistent need to always play out the back, always play out, always play out. Just this another problem with this Chelsea team, but also not just this Chelsea team, a lot of teams now, because there is so much pressure on playing out from the back, they make silly decisions like that all the time, and we give them the ball away again.
Fancied having a beer in the stands while watching your team at the Emirates, or at Anfield, or at Stamford Bridge? Well, this season you actually can. Drinking alcohol in the stands at Premier League games may still be illegal, but the Women's Super League is doing something different, and here's how we got there. Back in the 1980s, football had a serious image problem. The sport was plagued by violence, pitch invasions and beer-fuelled chaos. Then, in 1985, Margaret Thatcher's government stepped in. They introduced the Sporting Events Control of Alcohol Act, banning alcohol in view of the pitch across England and Wales. Since then, many fans and clubs have called for the law to be relaxed. But despite attempts to change things over the years, authorities just haven't been convinced fans can be trusted. But in January 2025, something did change. The Women's Championship, now called the WSL2, launched a trial allowing fans to drink in the stands. The reasoning? Well, fans at women's matches tend to behave differently. Less aggression, more family-friendly vibes. As a result, select WSL and WSL2 stadiums are now allowing fans to drink alcohol in view of the pitch. It's been a landmark move showing growing trust in fans and recognising that women's football is building its own culture. So could the men's game be the next to leave the 1980s behind? Well, maybe, if fans can prove they can handle a pint without pitching it at someone. Yeah, don't hold your breath. Until then, it's Bovril all around. Cheers to that.
Morning, you're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Shabana Hernan for Alan Brazil. Ray Parlour is here. Gabby Agbon Lahore. We're live from the Cheltenham Festival with Coral. It's a glorious morning. You should have seen it at 7 o'clock last night. Everyone rolling out of here, getting blown out by the wind and getting lashed by the rain. Good scenes all the same, especially when you come through the Guinness Village and the band's on the stage. And they're going to town and everybody's trying to get a taxi out of here, and then you stay for another hour.
Yeah, no, it's that right good spirit in that Guinness tent. Yeah. You can see the bands are really good as well. By the way.
No, they were
really
absolutely brilliant.
Rocking.
Something Donkeys was on. Something Donkeys, because my friend was going, no, we need to stay and watch Something Donkeys.
There was a bad wind last night though. Terrible. A few people holding on to the
The Brawleys were just gone. The Brawleys were gone. But it was a brilliant day yesterday. We're missing Alan Brazil. It's not the same without him here, but he's resting up. He's not very well at the moment. So we're sending our love and well wishes to Alan, and hopefully he'll get a win on Gold Cup Day as well. Right, there's some news going around just now with the World Cup, of course, and the impact with the recent Middle East troubles, what that could have on the tournament. talkSPORT reporter Nick Ellerby is with us now with more. Nick, how are you? What's it looking like now?
Morning, Shaban. Well, this is an absolute mess, mostly of Gianni Infantino's making. So he gave Donald Trump a Peace Prize back in December that he cooked up with his pals at FIFA. Recently, the US and Israel have launched attacks on Iran, sending missiles into the country. They've killed the Iranian Supreme Leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, plus 1,000 civilians as well, that we understand. Iran have qualified comfortably for this summer's World Cup. They're in a group with New Zealand, Belgium and Egypt, all those games to be played in the United States. And that raises questions about safety. Also, government-linked officials would be travelling with the squad to the US. And after the attacks in the last couple of weeks, the Iranian sports minister said that the team probably cannot participate. Infantino then came out and said Iran would be welcome at the tournament this summer. And then yesterday, Donald Trump posted on Truth Social saying, "I don't believe it would be appropriate for Iran to participate for their own life and safety." That's a direct quote from Donald Trump. The Iranian FA then came back with a post of their own, saying no one can exclude Iran from the tournament, and if the host country cannot guarantee the safety of one of the participants, this is the Iranian FA talking, Iran said they should then be excluded. So Iran now calling for the USA to be kicked out of their own World Cup.
Wow. Okay, so when will we know if Iran are going or not, and what will happen if they're not going?
Well, eventually, either FIFA or the Iranian FA and the host country, US, are going to have to make a call on this. The last message we had from FIFA was that Iran would be welcome. There isn't really a proper contingency plan for something like this. We haven't had teams pulling out of World Cups since the 50s. But Iran and Uzbekistan qualified well from the Asian Confederation. Iraq are supposed to be playing in a continental playoff in Mexico to decide one of the last places. It's possibly they could be given a bye into the tournament. It's also been mooted that FIFA could just say to Italy, for example, well, you know, we want this team in the tournament. FIFA could just make a call and say we'd like Italy to play. The other option is to make Iran's group a 3-team only group, and that is also a possibility. So New Zealand, Belgium and Egypt would each get a bye from the Iran game.
Oh, okay, right. Nick Ellerby, thank you so much for that. Our news broadcaster Nick Ellerby there with the latest in Iran and what's happening, if they're going to get to the World Cup or not. Let's move on, guys, to some more positive matters. The Premier League is back tomorrow. Can Arsenal surge to the quadruple? Will Spurs get anything out of a trip to Anfield? And there's that critical game at the top and bottom of the table. West Ham take on Manchester City. Arsenal also have the opportunity to stretch their lead to 10 points at the top of the league by the time City come to play on Saturday evening. If Arsenal win and City drop points, Ray, would it be done this weekend?
I wouldn't say it'd be done, but it's a step closer. If they win their game in hand, which is, I think it's Palace, isn't it, Man City? They go 4 points behind. They still got to go to the Etihad, which is going to be the crunch game. So I wouldn't say it was over, but it's a big step towards that title, definitely. I mean, it's always when you play first, you've got to get the points on the board, and it won't be easy, Everton. Everton are in good form at the moment, and they'll go there. David Moyes always sets the team out hard to beat. And Arsenal haven't been their fluid self, if I'm being honest, and they've nicked games when they play poorly. So if they play poorly again against Everton, then Everton could get something out of the game. So it's not, it's going to be a tricky game for Arsenal the weekend.
Yes, I don't know about you, Ray, but I really think West Ham gets something from the game. They're at home. They're playing very good football. They're confident. Man City, look how defensively fragile they looked against Real Madrid.
Yep.
That would have took a lot out of them. They've got the return leg that they still think they can get back into next week. And I just think West Ham are flying high. They know the pressure's on Spurs. Spurs play Liverpool away. Forest play Fulham at home. I could see Forest winning, and I could see West Ham getting a draw.
Yeah.
And then the pressure is really on Spurs against Liverpool.
Well, I think Arsenal got 2 home games, haven't they? They got Everton and Bournemouth, and West Ham go to obviously West Ham Man City go to West Ham this weekend, and then they go to Chelsea, Stamford Bridge, which is not an easy game. Chelsea going for that 4th or 5th place.
Who would you say the points are more important for this weekend, Man City or West Ham?
Man City. Oh, well, sorry for the
West Ham.
Oh, West Ham, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, to lose a title is disappointing, but to go get relegated is a disaster for any club, financially and everything. And we all know Championship is such a competitive league. You're not guaranteed to come straight back up.
I think the best thing for Arsenal is that to go into that Manchester City game knowing if you lose, it's okay. Then the pressure's off, isn't it, Ray? Then they'll probably go there and win. If you're going there and you're level on points, say, then the pressure's definitely on Arsenal. But I think Man City drop a lot more points for the end of the season. I really do. They don't convince me at the moment.
Focusing on the bottom of the table, if results don't go their way, Spurs then could find themselves in the drop zone by the end of this weekend. I mean, it's getting real now.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, as I said before, 2 months ago, you would have said, no, Tottenham have got too much. They stay up, no problem. But reality is, we're looking at the table now, and, you know, Simon Clare, who said, I think it was yesterday or the day before, he said, look, they're 6-4 West Ham to go down, 13-8 Spurs to go down. And they fancy Forest 7-2. So they don't really, the bookmakers are not really saying Forest is going to go down. But it's a real reality at the moment, Tottenham, and they've got Chelsea coming up away as well, haven't they? They've got their little bit of rivalry between both clubs, London derby. So it's not going to be easy, and that Forest game is going to be vital. As much as it is tomorrow, you got to get something out of every game if you're Tottenham. And
I look at this weekend's games, and I just said West Ham can get something against Man City, a draw, but they could easily get a win. The fans are on side now with West Ham. They're playing good football. They're looking strong. They're scoring goals. Somerville's looking a real threat now. He's in goal-scoring form. I think Forest will beat Fulham at home. So you could come into the Monday, Ray and Shaban, and Spurs are in the bottom three.
Who Leeds got?
Leeds have got Palace away.
Right.
Tough game, but you never know.
Might get something
they
there,
might get
Leeds.
something there. And then the next game for Spurs is a home game against Forest, where they could be in the bottom three. They've still got to play Atletico Madrid next week. They can't rest too many players. They've got to try and put in a performance in that game. The pressure's on. If I was a betting man, which I am, I would bet on Spurs to go down. I really would.
What would you do with the manager?
I would have got. I don't know why he's still there. I really don't. And a lot of people keep saying, you keep saying Harry Redknapp, and you keep saying this person, and Glenn Hoddle, and people are throwing these names out there. They haven't managed in so many years. But you know what it's like, Ray, when you've got maybe this group of players that aren't responding to a manager who's very strict. Maybe the manager's going to put her arm around them, who loves the club, who knows the club, and probably chooses a certain amount of players to choose out of and try and get the same team playing every week, not keep changing it. This player's in, Paulinho's in, Solanke's out. I just think they need to make a change because Liverpool, who were poor against Galatasaray, are probably going to want to make a statement this weekend.
Do you think they've got the character, this team, to survive?
Well, I don't think Paulinho should be playing right centre half.
Exactly.
With the three at the back. It doesn't suit him to play there. He's never played there. Porro's playing on the right-hand side. Again, is he going to be another hammering? You know, if it's not working, change it. Go 4 and put an extra man in midfield, maybe.
I do feel for like it's obviously you're an Arsenal legend. You won't feel sorry for Spurs fans, but me, I do. You win the Europa League last season. Everyone's on a high. Doing a parade, you get a new manager in and you're thinking this season you're going to fight for top 4, can win another trophy. And there's a chance that not only do Arsenal win the quadruple, the treble, the double, whatever it is, Chelsea send you down second last game of the season at Stamford Bridge. You know the rivalry between Chelsea and Spurs. So you could get relegated, Chelsea could send you down, and your biggest rivals are winning the big trophies. Spurs fans might end up just changing teams. Like it's that embarrassing for them.
Tottenham Chief Executive Unai Emery has given a damning assessment of the former chairman Daniel Levy's running of the club after outlining a list of problems he believes he inherited at the club. I mean, the fans had been calling for Daniel Levy to go for a long, long time. He had said, be careful what you wish for.
Yep.
Daniel Levy's gone and they're in this situation. Bear in mind, it's not that long ago Daniel Levy left.
Yeah.
He'll be part of the problem as to why they are where they are now. But all of the fans we've spoken to at Cheltenham this week, the Spurs fans, all feel that this team do not have the character or the bottle to stay up and that this team will go down.
I think
Spurs fans feel that.
I think a lot of the players will be already speaking to their agents.
Yeah, where can I go?
Where am I going?
Well, this is it.
Do you know what? You've got to have that bit of pride, though, haven't you, as a player, for your own personal. And those supporters pay a lot of money to get into the stadium. You've got to even if you are thinking about leaving the club or at the end of the season, whether Van der Ven's been said about Liverpool and whatever, you still got to put it in for your own personal pride. You can't go out and go through the motions as a player. I could never do that, even if I was leaving at the end of the season.
But Ray, look at this shit here. We're looking to have the league table with goal difference with the last 5 fixtures, and the only team that have lost the last 5 is Spurs. Just red crosses galore for losses for Tottenham Hotspur. It's becoming a laughing stock, and it's becoming a lovely place to go. If you're Nottingham Forest next week, you're like, everyone goes there and has a fun time. The fans have great food in the concourse. The team go and score goals. It's a lovely stadium. It's the best stadium in the world, one of them. Nottingham Forest go there next week and probably win.
Well, if they score the first goal, you can imagine the crowd really going against the team.
How does it affect a dressing room, Gabby? 2016, when Villa were going through it, the fans were against the board and the owner as well then. Does it just become noise in a dressing room then, or does it distract players?
No, I think that when we got relegated, total difference, because when you look at teams like Southampton, Sunderland, when they went down, every season you were selling your best players. For instance, we lost Gareth Barry, then we lost Milner, then we lost Ashley Young, then we lost Benteke, then we lost Delph. And then the players that we brought in weren't at the level that we needed. They went on to have decent careers, some of them. But you look at this Spurs squad of players and you're like, got Romero, World Cup winners. You've got a lot of players injured, but you've got Solanke available. You've got Van der Ven, probably one of the best defenders in the world. The midfielder that they have available, Sarr in there.
Okay.
Conor Gallagher brought in on 200 grand a week. Done nothing since he's joined the club. So Spurs squad of players should not be in this position, but it comes down to fight, doesn't it, Ray?
Oh, yeah.
We'd rather back a Leeds United the way they're playing with fight, when Spurs have probably got a better squad of players.
Don't forget all the updates on the Game Day live show. 4:30, Liverpool take on Spurs on Sunday. And then also the Game Day phone, and we'll keep you updated on the crucial game between Arsenal and Everton before West Ham and Man City at 8 p.m. Tomorrow night, live and exclusive for you on talkSPORT. Joe Shen and former Hammer striker Dean Ashton are going to be at the London Stadium for you tomorrow here on talkSPORT. And still to come on breakfast.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Get free next day track delivery. Head to travisperkins.co.uk or download the app.
It's Gold Cup Day, baby. Yeah, we're looking forward to it at Cheltenham here on talkSPORT. Can Harry Redknapp's horse do it? Was he able to sleep last night?
The Jukebox man racing up towards the line in a head-bobbing finish.
Yeah, Jukebox man, easy for me to say, is battling with Gaelic Warrior to be the favourite for Gold Cup. And we'll have the owner, Harry Redknapp, joining us here on talkSPORT in the next 15 minutes. Good morning.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Bricks on bricks on bricks. Over 40 million available to order with delivery to site. That's one less thing to worry about.
So to me, the manager, when you look at him and the way that they're reacting to him as a manager, is everything that I need to know that this guy is absolutely out of his depth and he's got to get out of that football club.
Yeah.
Because if they stick with this guy, we are gone. This club is gone. Yeah. And then at the end of the season...
Who knows? But hold on a second.
At the end of the season...
So you change a manager and your fortune's going to change?
No, I'm not saying they're going to change, but it can't get any worse. It can't get any worse than this
We
manager.
drew the second half today.
Jay, shut up!
Honestly, you lot, I don't know what you want.
Stop going on about the second half. You can't keep going on about it. Like, seriously, mate. Seriously, shut up. You can't keep talking about the second half. Oh, we drew the second half, mate. Honestly, I'm trying not to swear. Like, you can't keep saying that, mate. You can't keep saying that. You're a professional pundit. You can't keep saying that.
You did draw the second half.
Oh, mate, I'm trying to be professional here. I'm not going to. I'm going to swear. I'm going to swear. Go to a break.
You've done it again, haven't you? You've done it again. You've walked. Jay? He's walked out again. I mean, factually, they drew the second half.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We've been taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How do you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Good morning to you. Happy Friday. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark's rewards event. Get £500 off your next car this week only. My name's Shabana Hearn. In for the King of Cheltenham, Alan Brazil. He's not too well. Get well soon to you, Al. We've got Ray, the Prince Parlour, the Prince of Cheltenham.
Oh, take that. Pop it on.
We've got Gabby, Irish Eggs Agbon Lahore. Your street cred through the floor.
I know, and listen, I've been doing it for years. I'm just getting found out.
He's growing up now, aren't you?
You're only 38.
Those Irish exits are good though.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Oh, where you going, Gabs? Where
on
you going?
The old Broad Street.
Yeah.
No cars on the WL line. Got to go.
The lads are all messaging the group. Where are you? Oh, sorry guys. Sorry, I don't remember leaving.
Is your van though?
Yes, exactly.
You've changed. Now let's look ahead to this weekend's Six Nations action with Funding Circle.
Guinness Six Nations preview on talkSPORT with Funding Circle. Proud sponsors of Prem Rugby. Find out more at fundingcircle.com.
So the table as it stands, it's finally poised. France is at the top, 16 points. Scotland just behind them. Then Ireland in third on 14 points. Italy have 9 points, England in 5th with 6 points, and Wales at the bottom with a point in 6th. The fixtures this weekend, 2:10, Ireland take on Scotland, 4:40 Wales, Italy, and 8:10 France versus England. And when we were previewing the Six Nations, it was all about, that one finally poised, France, England, who will win it on the last day. It's not going to be England. France, Scotland and Ireland are still in with a chance of clinching the trophy. In order for the Scots to win the tournament for the first time since 1999, they will need to beat Ireland and then pull all their hope in a struggling England side to get the job done out in Paris. Are you still with me? I'm like that. 1, 2, 3, 10, 9, 8. Let's bring in a man who knows more about this than we do. 63 caps for Scotland, former lock Jim Hamilton. Good morning to you, Jim.
Good morning, Jim.
Hey,
Jim.
Hey guys, how you doing? How you feeling?
We're on the Red Bull, Jim. I'm not going to lie. It's been a long week. Okay,
Nice,
we need the sugar.
I know.
It's been a great week all the same.
I know my mates live in Cheltenham and said it's like zombie apocalypse there at the minute. So you hang in there.
That was us turning up to the course this morning. 4:40, let that help. Someone send help. Jim, this is going to be brilliant this weekend. It could be Scotland's time.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, and I remember sat in the studio actually. Sorry, the phone's going off as well as we're doing it. Yeah, I remember sat in the studio and with Ray and Alan, we were talking about, is it Scotland's year? Is it Scotland's time? And I kind of said it was, and it was not a shot to nothing. It was just the profile of the team really, which I looked at and how well we played in parts, and it's proven that it is our time. And we managed to get through that first loss against Italy and taking it to the final weekend. And you'll know in the sports that you're in covering football, how good is it when any sport gets to the final weekend and anything can happen, anything can unfold. So, yeah, it's been really cool to be a Scotland fan, to be a pundit. I'm sat in a Dublin hotel now waiting. It's like the calm before the storm. But, yeah, it's been a brilliant tournament. It's been brilliant to be following Scotland. And if you're an England fan, apologies, lads. It's been a difficult watch at times, but they've got a tough task going over to Paris, who are going to be, well, they're gutted with their performance and the way that Scotland embarrassed them last week. So it's all on for the final weekend, Super Saturday in our sport.
Jim, you've got to be saying that's one of the best games you saw last week. You know, we had Ali, and Ali was buzzing when Scotland won. I think he went to the game, in fact. But you look at it tomorrow, you get your job done, and it's all, you'll be hoping England can get some sort of a result. If England don't get a result, is this Steve Borthwick's last game in charge of England, do you think?
Yeah, so a couple of questions there. Like you said, it was Scotland's greatest performance, or was it? It was a great game to be at. Yeah, of course it was. This French team are unbelievable. They've beaten everyone they've played out with South Africa. They've been the favourites for the tournament, the profile of the team, all of these things. And even though it was 50 points to 40, it was actually one of the most comfortable victories I've seen for Scotland in the Six Nations. It was amazing. Our accuracy was 100%. We scored 50 points against this French team who have looked unbreakable. And I'd say, you know, in reflection, it probably was Scotland's greatest ever performance in the Six Nations Championship, with the context of the tournament and everything around that. So in answer to that question, yes, it was amazing. The sun was out in Murrayfield. The conditions suit the way that Scotland want to play. And then on the flip side of that, you know, England went to Rome, which is not an easy place to go. As we know from a Scotland perspective, we lost there in game one. Italy are on the rise. They've had 25 years to get better. They're at the point now where they are better, and they were under massive pressure in Italy and could have won that game, England, but they didn't. And the way that the tournament's unfolded, Gregor Townsend was under pressure after game one, whether or not he'd see out the tournament. Andy Farrell was under a bit of pressure, the Ireland head coach, and now all the pressure's on Steve Borthwick in what feels like an impossible task for England to do something in Paris on Saturday night. But England is still a good team. They've got good players, but they are under pressure, and I would say that Steve Borthwick's under pressure, not just because they've lost. It's more about how they've been playing and how I suppose the criticism around the team and Steve, not just in this tournament. You know, we had 12 games on the spin, but before that they weren't winning games either. The World Cup was tough for them, even though they went to the semi-final and nearly beat South Africa. But yeah, there's a lot of frustration around the England team at the minute, which is unfortunate because I don't like calling for coaches' jobs, but other people can do that.
Yeah, this Six Nations, though, certainly proved that Scotland can go all the way, can't they, Jim, in the World Cup coming up?
Well, Ray, that's a different matter, mate. We don't want to jump the gun. The World Cup hasn't been kind to us the last couple of years when it comes to the draws and stuff like that, because where the seedings have landed have meant we've been in pools with, you know, Ireland and South Africa in the last one. Ireland were the favourites going into the tournament last year, as were South Africa, who were the current champions. So, I don't want to jump the gun yet, but like lads, you know, better than me, having won tournaments and won big games and been in championships, right? Winning breeds, you know, winning, and that's what it is. And this Scotland team have been so inconsistent over the years, especially during my period, and we've got better now. And it's about stringing games together. It's about momentum and all of these buzzwords that you throw around in sports. So, hey, if we win the Six Nations, that's all that matters, mate. And then that puts us in a position, Ray. I don't want to be that guy that says, oh, we don't want to talk about, we'll see what comes. But, you know, the World Cup's a different matter. That, you know, you've got South Africa in the mix, New Zealand have got a new coach. So the World Cup's going to be awesome as well in Australia in 18 months.
Jim, and we want England to win this weekend as well. Come on, England, Jim.
Exactly, 100%. Well, that's how it goes. Like you kind of tried to break down the Da Vinci Code then, you know, like where rugby is going into its
more
final
passion,
weekend.
though, Shaban.
We need England to win.
More passion
for
there,
Scotland to
Shaban.
win.
It wasn't very, you know. Come on.
Oh, to hell with it. Come on, England!
Come on.
Come on,
England.
England. You say that. Look, yeah, I'm not going to hide away from my quarter English accent. I'm a quarter English. I'm not one of those old school Scots that don't support England. I do like England as well.
Oh, you didn't have to say that, Jim. You ruined it now.
Well done, Jim.
You've been an actual
This weekend.
Oh, yeah, this weekend, exactly. Jim Hamilton, their former Scotland lock. Yes, Scotland need to obviously win their game, but if England beat France and Scotland win their game, then Scotland win it. So that's why we need Scotland.
Absolutely.
I'm going to stop trying to break it down because it's not working. Right, Jim Hamilton, thank you very much. That was our look ahead to the Six Nations with Funding Circle. Good morning.
Guinness Six Nations preview on talkSPORT with Funding Circle. Proud sponsors of Prem Rugby. Find out more at fundingcircle.com.
And coming up for you, the man of the hour, the man of the day, Harry Redknapp, will be with us next on talkSPORT for Gold Cup Day.
I'm going to interrupt you.
Outrage
We
now
haven't
from all
spoken
those.
about Arsenal, really. Was it a penalty last night for Arsenal?
No.
No.
Did you think it was a penalty?
No, I didn't.
I know one person who did.
Martin Keown
On
felt
Blind
it was a
Pew.
definite penalty after Madueke went down under a challenge in the game against Leverkusen. It resulted in a penalty, and that was put into the back of the net by Havertz, who didn't celebrate because it would be wrong to do so. But again, is this not back to objectivity? Or does Martin have every right to say, it was a penalty? Of course it was a penalty.
But he knows.
Played the game, you didn't, nor did I.
Of course. But I've also got a set of eyes. And I wear glasses, and so does he. The question that was asked of him by the presenter, I think it was Lindsay, wasn't it? Said to him, if you was an Arsenal player and that was given against you, and he said, well, no, well, you're switching question, because he knows the answer. If he was an Arsenal player and that was given against him, he'd be outraged. It was a penalty because the referee said it was.
All right.
And that's the end of the discussion, isn't it? But was it a penalty in terms of a real foul in the penalty box where a player was really taken out of his stride and fell over? No, it was a dive.
580,000 people have read your tweet directed at a certain Martin Keown
yeah.
about what you thought of Martin saying, for me, it was a penalty. You've jumped in, oh dear Martin, and then a little expletive. Did I say that old Keown lacks objectivity? Yes, he is the grand fromage of bias. Where did you pluck that one from?
I don't know, maybe I was eating some camembert at the time.
An evening at home with Simon Jordan with some camembert.
Football fans all have stadiums we love, but do any of us have a pitch that we love? It might sound like an odd question, but pitches can be different sizes with big consequences. Why is that? And what are the actual rules? Back when association football started, pitches could be up to 100 metres wide and 200 metres long. That's longer than Ellen Road, not the pitch, the stadium. Anyway, UEFA wanted a standard across Europe for international matches, which became 105 metres long and 68 metres wide. But some clubs had been rebels, not intentionally, but because of the stadiums. Take Highbury, for example. It was 5 metres shorter and a metre narrower, meaning away sides had a challenge to adjust. White Hart Lane was exactly the same. And actually, when Spurs temporarily moved to Wembley, they asked the FA to shorten the pitch. The FA, very offended by the sacrilegious suggestion, said no, which in fairness could have actually benefited Tottenham, because when they moved into their shiny new stadium, the pitch was exactly the same size as Wembley's. Today, Forest pitch at the City Ground is a big one. It's 2 metres wider than any other pitch in the Premier League. But the smallest of all, Craven Cottage, just 100 metres long and 65 wide. No excuse for not tracking your man. There are a couple of crazy outliers in Europe too. At Napoli's home ground, the Stadio Diego Armando Maradona, the pitch is a whopping 110 metres long. At least they don't play on a slope like Newcastle do. There's a 2-metre incline on the pitch at St James's Park. And don't get me started on the old pitch at Yeovil too. It used to be a slant of 2 metres corner to corner and across the halfway line. So UEFA have their standards, so do the FA, but they do give pitches in England some wiggle room. Pitches can be anywhere between 90 and 120 metres long and between 45 and 90 metres wide. I mean, the rules state you can't have a square pitch, but in theory you could have one that's 91 metres long and 90 wide. Imagine rocking up to play a Sunday League game and the pitch is basically a square. So there are rules and regulations on sizes, with a UEFA standard that roughly everyone follows, but as we all know, size doesn't matter, does it?
You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Shabana Heard, Ray Parlour and Gabby Agbon Lahore live from the Cheltenham Festival with Coral on Gold Cup Day. Cheltenham 1, Alan Brazil 0. Tuesday, he's not feeling well. He's really struggling today, so he's at home resting with Jill. We're thinking, we'll
be watching the racing this afternoon.
Oh, of course he will.
Yeah.
He'll be comfortable.
Under the fire.
Yeah, chilling out nicely. That's where he should be today. But we're missing him here at Cheltenham. We're missing him at talkSPORT, of course. So get well soon to you, Al. It's Gold Cup Day, the biggest race of Cheltenham. Just looking out the window, the horses have been up and down all morning. The grass is looking good. The sun is coming up after what was a storm here yesterday. It was an absolutely brilliant day, but today is the day. And this is the horse we're all talking about.
Don't rock the jukebox.
We got a chance tomorrow. I mean, it's such a tough race.
Harry, it's Tony Cottee. I'd just like to wish you all the best for Friday. I backed the Jukebox man when it won on Boxing Day, and I will be backing it again on Friday.
The Jukebox man racing up towards the line in a head-bobbing finish.
He's in great order. He looks $1 million. We're delighted to have the horse in the form he's in, and obviously coming off the back of the King George, his confidence is up.
Harry, it's Crouchy. Just wishing you all the best, mate, for the Gold Cup.
Yeah, I'll be nervous, when that tape goes up and they go off. I just like to stand all on my own. I don't really want anybody near me saying anything stupid to me. A bit like being a football manager,
Today's the day. The time is here. Our good friend and former Spurs and West Ham manager Harry Redknapp's horse Jukebox Man is one of the favourites for the Gold Cup today here at Cheltenham this afternoon. Delighted to see that Harry Redknapp is back with us now. Harry, good morning. Did you get any sleep last night?
Harry. Ray, Gabby, good morning. Yeah, no, I slept okay. We was all good. It took a bit of while to get off, but once I got a kip, I was okay.
Harry, I've got to ask you, massive day today, and obviously one of the biggest races of the calendar, in the horse calendar years. You must be so excited, Harry. I mean, it ran a brilliant race at Kempton. Now it's at the biggest festival, the Cheltenham Festival, and if it can somehow get over that line first, it's going to be some celebration.
Yeah, well, you know, it's just to have a runner in the Gold Cup race, a dream, really. You know, you sort of, when you go into it, back in the day, we bought a little cheap horse between me and a few of my mates down in Bournemouth called Slick Cherry with David Ellsworth. I think we all put a couple of £100 each in and bought this, and had a lot of fun with that. And so, yeah, but to finally end up at the Gold Cup, you know, say with a runner that has got a decent chance, it's fantastic for me. It's a dream, you know, so I'm really looking forward to it. I love the racing game, always have, and the people in it. And but it's a very open race today. There's so many horses. It really is. Everything goes there with a chance today.
Do you need that element of luck as well, Harry?
Yeah, for sure, Shaban. You need a bit of luck, you know, and you know, the jumping is all important. You know, the horse can fall in front of you, and anything can happen. It's you need a bit of luck on the way round, and yeah, your horse to jump well on the day and travel well. And, you know, you never know what they're feeling. Yeah, they wake up this morning, he might have an headache, he might have had a bad night. You don't know with horses, you know.
Yeah. How was it yesterday, Harry?
He's had a few lagers now and everything,
but... Has he winked at you yet, Harry?
Sorry, Gabby.
Yeah, Harry, how was it yesterday? We went to see him, and also, what's the plan for the rest of the day before the race?
Well, I'm just going to get there sort of about 11 o'clock, and... We took a box today so, you know, I had a lot of mates and that wanted to come and the family. So I took a box, and we're going to stay up there and watch the racing, and they'll just come down for the Gold Cup, really. You know, other than that, I'll sort of keep up there out of the way with a few friends and family, and down to the paddock and hope for the best. We'll know in a few hours' time. So, yeah.
Harry, you ain't going to change the name, are you? Like you sell Sandra to this one?
No, she knows about this one.
She can't avoid it.
She'll be chewing on them. Don't worry about that.
I said she only knew about one. She didn't know about the rest of my horses. So, but no, listen, this is a special one. He's brought us here to the Gold, and winning the King George was way beyond my dreams. To win that at Kempton on Boxing Day, such a big race. And, you know, so that was, if he never does anything else, he's done me proud. But this would be the icing on the cake today for sure. The Gold Cup is the World Cup of horse racing.
You were saying yesterday the amount of people you were trying to sort tickets for and people getting in touch with you. Is it as busy today as it is on transfer deadline day? Your phone, is it ringing off the hook?
It is. It's a bit like cup final day. The boys, you know, everybody wants tickets, and I'm sure I shall be in the paddock, and they're off, and then suddenly my phone will go, Harry, I'm outside, you ain't left me tickets, you know. Oh my God, yeah, I can guarantee that'll happen somewhere today. But hopefully,
just before we let you go, Harry, because we know you've got a crazy day ahead, but I just wanted to revisit quickly some of the Spurs chat that we'd had with you yesterday, because stories came out today surrounding the Spurs board, and Daniel Levy said to you on the phone last week that he would bring you back if he were still at the club, but reports have now suggested that a meeting with the fan advisory board and the CEO Vinay Venkatesham claims that the club failed to prioritise on-pitch success under Daniel Levy. Do you think a lot of the fault now lies with Daniel and where Spurs are just now?
No, I can't. Listen, he backed me when I was there. I can only speak as I find. He was great for me to work. I didn't have a problem with him, really. You know, Joe owns the club, Joe Lewis, really. Joe's the boss. Daniel was, you know, he probably had Joe to answer to. And, no, in the main, when we wanted a player, we didn't buy that many. You know, I had a good squad. I was very lucky. I walked into Tottenham, they were struggling, but they had a good squad. Gareth Bale was there, Luka Modric was there, Ledley King. You know, it wasn't like but whenever I asked him to back me in the main, there was one window where we didn't get the back in, but then I don't know whether that was Daniel or what. But no, I I can only speak as I find, and for me, he was good to work with. He honestly was. I know probably Spurs fans don't like hearing that. They're blaming him for almost everything. But for me, he was fine. I had no problems with him.
Oh, that's good to hear. Listen, Harry, we're rooting for you today. The amount of people who are talking about Jukebox Man and supporting you, even Gabby's having a gamble
I had
today
to lump on earlier in the car on the way here, Harry. I've
Gabby,
lumped on Jukebox.
I don't want you ringing me tonight saying, how are you over there?
I've got your house number as well, Harry.
Oh, don't. We're going to move.
Harry, listen, we love you to bits.
Yes.
Good luck to you today. We're thinking you, okay?
Have a great day. Have a great
All the best
day.
to you,
Bye.
Harry Redknapp there. Come on, Jukebox Man, you can do it today, Harry. We're thinking of you. Of course, this would be the icing on the cake. Like he says to win the Gold Cup.
Oh, it'd be brilliant.
He's won I'm a Celebrity. He's won trophies.
As Harry says, though, he's still to win that one at Kempton. If he doesn't win today, the horse has been superb, isn't it?
So what I love, though, guys, was when yesterday he said that just before the race, he wants to be on his own.
Yeah.
Doesn't want his wife, doesn't want his son, doesn't want anyone around him on the paddock, just wants to concentrate on the race.
Yeah.
He's in the zone.
Yeah, remember, you can, of course, listen to the race everyone has been talking about all week. The Gold Cup is live for you on talkSPORT at 4 o'clock today. Also, remember, it's 18 plus, always gamble responsibly. Coming up for you, we're hoping for a big Jukebox Man win this afternoon. But how do the bookies feel about that one? We're going to find out next. Good morning, we're at Cheltenham. It's Gold Cup Day. Come on.
Six Premier League teams into the last 16 and not one winner this week. What's it telling us that? What it tells Henry Winter, incidentally.
Tells them when they were playing away from home.
He says on Twitter, I feel the winter break debate coming on again in the Premier League. It's obviously needed. Even with expanded squads, elite players risk fatigue, less training time, etc. But too many vested interests preventing it from happening.
Oh, let's clutch those pearls and get some more interviews from people. Look, all the teams are playing away. That might give you an indication that there was a challenge there for starts. I mean, nobody expected Spurs to win, so let's discount that equation. Chelsea hurt themselves.
Liverpool at home.
Liverpool were at home. Newcastle at home. That's the one example, and they got a decent result and actually should have won that game. So you look at it and say Arsenal did their job. Liverpool probably did their job. Chelsea imploded and gave it back to PSG when there was no reason for it. Spurs are what they are, and Man City got some of their own medicine.
I'm not sure Liverpool did their job. Galatasaray, you lose.
Everybody in their right mind would say going away and coming back with a 1-0 defeat in a European competition, a knockout tournament against another significant side is not a bad result.
So no sobering reality for the Premier League of any sort this week?
Well, it depends what reality we were creating from in the first place. If we were steering towards yours...
PSG got real with Chelsea last night.
Not really. Chelsea did it to themselves. Chelsea were in that game for significant proportions of it, and all of a sudden, up pops the goalkeeper with one of those wonderful little epiphanies. Let's play out with the back like some religious ideology, because we can't launch the ball. We're going to play out from the back because that's what we've been told to do.
Yeah, but there's a small matter, Simon, of them shipping 5 goals as well.
Sure. If they didn't concede the third, they wouldn't concede the fourth and fifth.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We've been taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion?
That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Good morning, you're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark's rewards event. Save up to £500 on thousands of cars. My name's Shabana Hernan for Alan Brazil Ray Parlour. Gabby Agbon-Lahore is here, just having a laugh there about Alan Brazil and the things that you cannot tell him.
Nothing.
When you're on air.
I said to him once, right, having arguments with the missus. Come on air a week later. Gabby, you got to stop arguing with your missus. It's definitely your fault. The worst guy ever.
Oh, absolutely brilliant. Get well soon, Al. We need you back here. It's that time again when Rupert Ding Dong Bell gives us his guide to the final day at Cheltenham.
Well, I can't tell you how excited I am for this year's Cheltenham Gold Cup. It's a fantastic renewal. A race first run as a jumps race back in 1924 when won by a horse called Red Splash. Although back in 1819 it was first staged as a flat race. But since 1924 the race has dominated the jump racing scene. Now, can Paul Townend become the most successful ever jockey in this race? Because he's won it 4 times. Pat Taft, the other jockey, rode 4 winners in the race. Well, he rode the Great Arkle. But Paul Townend will be on Gaelic Warrior. He will have benefited from the rain, I'm sure, this afternoon. So there'll be plenty of hopes on his shoulders. Wales haven't trained too many winners of this race. They've got Haiti Calours lining up, representing Wales, and Rebecca Curtis. Their last winner was back in 1990 when Norton's Coin sprang a 100-to-1 shock. And for some of the other runners in the race, well, I have to say Grey Dawning is trying to become only the second grey horse to win the Gold Cup. The only one to do it, the legendary Desert Orchid.
Oh, lovely. Rupert Bell
Well done,
there.
Rupert. Is that a suitcase behind him?
Rupert, by the way, left the hotel.
Left the hotel with a suitcase in the car park.
Left the suitcase sitting there
In the
behind
middle of the car park.
Explains a lot.
He's probably used to having someone do that for him,
Yes.
and he had to manage himself
Yes.
this morning. Our Rupert back
It's all
with
cornered off at the moment with a bomb squad round it.
classic Cheltenham. Right, we can get the latest odds now with Coral and Amy's boyfriend.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here to make this Cheltenham Festival more rewarding. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
Simon. Is that Red Bull, Simon?
Well, look, I knew we were talking about how we should never let Alan know anything about our
Don't
personal
tell
life. It
Shabana
really
either.
means don't tell Shabana either.
I just said, how are you getting on with it? And you told us. Didn't have to do much searching there, Simon.
It out, you exactly.
Hey, you're a proud man. It's
All the
great.
listeners are invested now in your relationship,
Lovely,
Simon.
exactly. Forget the Jukebox man winning the Gold Cup. It's about Simon.
Who's the ones to get married?
Oh, dear.
Oh, Simon.
Great fun.
Brilliant stuff. We were just talking there to Harry.
The tune.
The music's
the
still
song doesn't help, does it?
How much of an effect has Harry Redknapp had on Jukebox Man? And I can't take this seriously. How much of a win will this be for the book?
Oh, it's going to be massive. I mean, look, we were very lucky that we were at King George on Boxing Day, and the reaction by Harry, not just the reaction of the crowd, the reaction of the media was huge. That was his biggest win ever with this lovely horse. And Harry, for a man who talks brilliantly, he's been on the show yesterday, very good interview just now, but he was absolutely shocked. He could not speak. He couldn't even express in words what it meant for him. And that's massive for a guy like Harry. And then times that by 2, 3 today. If he was to win the Gold Cup, I mean, it really would be the pinnacle.
Yeah.
We talked about AP McCoy saying he'd always rather win a Gold Cup than a Grand National. It's the same for owners, same for trainers. And he's on the cusp of that. He's favourite. The trouble is with horse racing, we know it's so hard to get over the line. The biggest race, the hardest to win. But it could happen. If it does happen, I think for him it'll be huge. For racing, it'll be huge. Football and racing are really closely connected. We know that better than anyone with Alan Brazil, who, for many listeners, won't realise was a brilliant footballer once upon a time. But now it's a great.
Is it the most competitive Gold Cup for a while?
It is definitely, it is. I mean, look, Gaelic Warrior's a very good horse. Django Bai for Nicky Henderson, who's had a great week, is a good horse. Heidi Calours won a Coral Welsh Grand National, has great form. Got the reigning champ. I know the way you're thinking. Grey Dawning's a nice horse for Dan Skelton. He's having a good week. So and there's others, there's outsiders you wouldn't rule out completely. So it's a really, really good Gold Cup and a huge betting race.
Yeah.
Any other what other big races today other than the Gold Cup?
Well, I'll give you a little run through.
Here we go.
I think Steve had a couple of winners yesterday, particularly Supremely West. Well, in the first race, it's the Triumph Hurdle, won by a 100-to-1 shot last year. Willie Mullins, who won last year, has got a couple of good runners at the front of the market. Selma Devary and Proactive. We should give a shout out for Minella Study from Scotland. Adam Nichols' yard, small yard, ridden by Ryan Mania, third favourite in this 13-to-2. In that battle between Britain and Ireland, that'll be a good blow for the British and a great story for a small yard. In the county hurdle, Sinatra. Great name, isn't it? For Dan Skelton, Harry Skelton, who won with Supremely West yesterday. Good Irish horses there like Mercier and Carbu. We would love Sinatra to win. Then we, the Coral team, the Coral Racing Club, have a runner in the Mare's Chase, the third race. All the Glory, running today. She's 100-to-1, so don't write her down. She's probably not going to win. But we do have 3 lucky members who've won the chance to own her for the day. I'll be going down looking after them. They'll be in owners and trainers. There's prize money down to 8. They will win a third of the prize money if she wins any, which would be quite nice.
And also, Harry said, so just to get a runner at Cheltenham is amazing.
Yeah, for the club, it's a free-to-join club. We've been running it for 3 years. It's got 300,000 members now. And I said, this is the pinnacle for us, actually, just to have a runner on Gold Cup day with a 100-to-1 chance. And then you've got the Albert Bartlett, which looks fiercely competitive. But Ben Jones, who's a top lad, won yesterday. He rides Mondui Boy, and he obviously rides the Jukebox Man. And then he's the one I like in that. So great, great racing. But it all builds up brilliantly to that Gold Cup.
Yeah, it's a huge day for you and the Coral team here. Listen, it's been absolutely outstanding week so far. We have missed Big Al. And he's going for Gaelic Warrior today, isn't it? That's his bet.
Yeah, I think so. I think he will, won't he? I mean, I think he'll probably. I mean, like we all do, we'll all want the Jukebox Man to win, whether we back it or not. Yeah. I think he's got a soft spot for the Gaelic Warrior because you spoke very well earlier about that day.
Brazil,
no one will ever remember that. They couldn't get out of the race course. It was all because JP McManus had tipped it up on Jack Dawes Castle. Brilliant. But it's been a great week. I mean, quick shout out. We have got the Pipped at the Post offer on our horse racing. If your horse is beaten into second by a neck or less, we pay that horse out as a winner up to a stake of £10. T's and C's apply. 18 plus as always, and bet responsibly. But look, thanks everyone. I think you've done a brilliant job, Shaban. Seriously,
it's
always tough.
Amazing.
We know the challenges. For many years we've done this show here at Cheltenham. It's been another great week. Alan hasn't only made it for the first day, but we also wish him well.
Yes,
we need him back.
We do.
Firing on all cylinders. And yeah, Gabby.
Shaban's done great. It's because Shaban's got a great partner.
Who's that?
Yeah, behind everyone.
Jamie's name.
Jamie, he left me yesterday.
And the future partner, Ollie Bell. I mean, imagine.
It's all going off here.
And imagine having Rupert Bell as your father.
It's like a soap series. The talkSPORT soap series.
And Amy is going to be my bridesmaid.
Oh,
I can't wait for
it. Goes without saying, really.
Simon, Dave, we love you very much. Yes. Thank you so much for having us. Rupert Bell and Lizzie Kelly join the Cheltenham preview show 10 o'clock over on talkSPORT 2. Download the free talkSPORT app. You can swipe between talkSPORT and talkSPORT 2. They'll give you all of their knowledge ahead of the Cheltenham Gold Cup race. Sam Matterface, Alex Crook, Dean Ashton are here from 10 o'clock on talkSPORT. They're going to be joined by Sam very soon for Curse of the Commentator. That was a look at the latest odds with Coral. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral's Rewards Shaker. Make this Cheltenham Festival more rewarding with 100,000 free bets to be won every day. 18 plus online. Max 1 reward per player per day. 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Reward restrictions and T's and C's apply. GambleAware.org.
If you're taking out form right now, it has to be Harvey Barnes.
Yeah.
I mean, every time he steps on the pitch, I don't think he's going to score. He's so powerful and so quick. When he runs, it's almost like, oh my goodness, you're not catching him.
Yeah.
And that's where Thomas Tuchel, because I mentioned Barnes, Gordon, Rashford, Foden. You then got Palmer. Like, I'm talking about attacking 10 attacking options.
Yeah.
You got Palmer, Saka, Madueke, Bowen, Bellingham can play 10. Rodgers can play left.
Yeah.
I mean, there are going to be some big names on that list that don't go.
Yeah, but annoyingly, out of all of those players, none of them are really smashing it at the moment. Rodgers maybe is doing pretty well. Bellingham's been out injured.
Yeah.
Nothing from Foden.
No,
Cole Palmer's gone a little bit cold.
Yeah. Saka's not, obviously the numbers haven't been there. Madueke's in and out. But
isn't that bizarre? If we were doing this World Cup a year ago, we'd be buzzing with those players.
But and as I said, Barnesy.
Barnesy, giving the old John Barnesy
Yeah, Harvey Barnes. He's right now he's probably in the best form out of all of them.
On the left-hand side, Rashford was on the bench last night, right?
Yeah.
Who starts for England on the left for you out of those two, Rashford and...
Oh, Rashford would be first, because Rashford for England's been good.
He does?
Yeah.
Does that matter? It's a good point you make. Does that matter? If you're really good for England, but you're not doing it at club level, and some players are like that...
Danny Welbeck was a prime example of that.
Okay. Does your league form matter too much when the manager knows when you put the English shirt on, you perform?
Yeah, I think for certain players, I think it does matter. Because, again, a prime example was the last Euros, not the one in Germany, the one before that, sorry.
Yeah.
Where we was all saying Sterling can't go, his form wasn't there, and he was our best player.
That's a great point.
But you know Sterling's going to get experience, you know exactly that when it's the highest, he can step up.
The Six Nations, where giants do battle and legends are made. Epic sports which demands an epic voiceover every time. And actually has an interesting story as well. 1971, when Scotland beat England in the very first international rugby match. The other home nations were a bit jealous, wanted in on the action, and after England played Wales in 1882, they all decided to hold an annual festival of international rugby, or the Home International Championship, which kicked off a year after. Now, the first decade was dominated by England and Scotland until Wales finally won in 1893 and Ireland a year later. After years of dipping in and out of the championship, France was invited to join full-time in 1910. But because France isn't a home nation, they had to give it a rebrand and settle on the Five Nations. But France were actually kicked out of the tournament in 1931. They were accused of paying players when rugby was still strictly an amateur sport. They had to wait years to be let back in. But after World War II, the Five Nations resumed. Didn't always run smoothly though, like in 1973 when all 5 teams won 2 matches and lost 2 matches. Now, because they didn't do points difference at the time, they just decided that everyone was the champion. It's like trying to keep kids happy, you know, the whole, you're all winners. In the years following, other teams in Europe started to get better at rugby and actually got to a stage where they were regularly beating teams in the Five Nations. In 1997, Italy beat Scotland, France and Ireland home and away. So 2 years later, the Five Nations invited Italy in, creating the Six Nations as we know it. In recent years, there have been calls to expand the tournament further to other European teams. Georgia and Portugal have been prime candidates to join of late. It's also been suggested there could be 2 tiers with promotion and relegation to promote growth of the sport in Europe. But the existing nations are a bit reluctant. So for now, it looks like the Six Nations, or Six Nations, or Sei Nazioni, is here to stay.
Good morning, you're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast live from Cheltenham Festival with Coral. It's Shabana Hearn, Ray Parlour and Gabby Agbon-Lahore with you this morning. We're building up to Gold Cup Day. This afternoon it's going to be live for you on talkSPORT at 4 o'clock. A lot of love for Jukebox Man. Gaelic Warrior getting a lot of love as well. Lots of love coming in for Alan Brazil this morning at home resting, hopefully back with us soon on talkSPORT. Sam Matterface coming up in just a moment, but first a piece by Jamie Carragher in this morning's newspaper in the Telegraph. He says Unai Emery is one of the best and still one of the most underrated coaches in Europe. Why? Well, he wins trophies, he improves players willing to listen and learn, he has a track record of revitalising clubs and is Premier League proven. Gabs, we know Man United technically still have a vacancy.
Yes.
But if Arne Slot were to leave Liverpool, do you think Emery would be an option for Liverpool?
I think it could be an option for anybody. I mean, even the form that he's got Villa playing, Real Madrid, people were talking about a month ago, because they need a manager at the end of the season. Arbeloa was only there to end the season. As a Villa fan, I want him to stay for us for a long time, because what he's done at that football club has been fantastic. But I don't want this Emery era to end without winning anything. You look back sometimes, don't you, Ray, at like managers at clubs, even Martin O'Neill at our time at Aston Villa. We look back and think we should have won a trophy in that time. So I want him to win a trophy with Aston Villa. And yeah, I don't think I want him to go. Can we go on to the next subject, please? I can't get my words out. The thought of losing him, Shaban's, make me feel a bit weird. Yeah. Let's move on.
I think he'll win a trophy, though. I think he'll win the Europa League. I do.
I hope so.
That's his trophy. We've spoken this morning. Aston Villa fans were reportedly subjected to heavy policing in Leil last night. A fan joined us earlier on here on talkSPORT Breakfast. His name was Steve. He described seeing blood on the grounds. Batons were used. He mentioned tear gas. Some of the fans saying when they got through to the next section, fans were there saying they were tear gassed. It's a really concerning story, this, isn't it?
It's just not nice to hear, is it? You know, you could hear when he spoke then about him and a friend went to watch it on a screen, didn't really get to watch the game live. And it's 2026. Are we still at this stage where, you know, fans can't go to games across the world safely? And it's not just Villa fans. It's a lot of British clubs that go abroad. Eva and I was at the Paris Saint-Germain game. Newcastle were there previous season. Liverpool fans have been there. There's a certain bar that the away fans go into, and it gets targeted by the rough PSG fans that are in the area. They attack that bar, and there's always the big brawl. And it doesn't happen when the fans come to, you know, United Kingdom.
Yeah.
So I'm just upset that Villa fans had to go through that last night. And how many kids were there? How many teenagers? Putting them off going to watch their team away from home. And hopefully Aston Villa can put something out, really
support the fans,
supporting the fans,
affected,
and try and make a statement, because it's not on, and it's something that English fans have got a bad name when nowadays they don't do anything wrong.
80s and 70s probably.
That's gone, hasn't it?
I know,
right?
but you still got that. And I think the fans from these opposing teams, they think he's going to have a big punch up as well. They want to have a big punch up, didn't they? Sometimes the opposition fans. So it's a problem. There's definitely a problem there. Whether they take more British police with them to travel and make them maybe a little bit more safer, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you don't want to see that, as Gabby says there. There's children there, and you know you could get in the wrong end of something, and it could be really, really terrible for someone, especially a child growing up.
And especially what they do in Turkey as well is, I know Villa fans that went to Fenerbahce away, and you have to get on coaches to the game, and you have to get to the game 4 hours before the game, but you can't actually get into the stadium for 3 hours. So the fans are waiting outside for an hour in the cold, in the rain. That's all they put in place for the safety. So it's for the safety of the fans. But what world do we live in where you have to go through that? You can't make your own way to a European side.
Yeah, it is a shame. Maybe we'll hear more on that across the day. We'll keep you posted on that story here on talkSPORT. By the way, I did see a thing going around on social media this morning from last week of a Villa fan who went on a stag do, and the back of their T-shirt said Stag Bonlahar.
Oh, so
very good.
That.
It'd be a Birmingham City fan.
Oh, right,
Yeah,
fair enough.
I had to put it on, yeah.
Right, looking ahead then to a huge weekend of Premier League football here on talkSPORT following last week's FA Cup break. We'll have you covered. Here's what's coming. Time to be joined by the little man.
Oh.
It's a bit strong, isn't it?
Jesus.
What's in that Red Bull film?
They wrote it. They wrote it.
Little man.
Little man.
Big heart though, Sam, am I right?
Well, a very good bloody morning to you as well, by the way.
Sam, you've been riding that this morning, Sam?
Well, I'll take my joppers off. Listen.
Leave Sam alone.
Oh, Gabby, nice to see that you popped up this morning, by the way. Switching back to breakfast, have you? Is it a little bit easier for you to get to Cheltenham than it is to the studio?
Sam, I'm a company man, and I got told by the company
you
to
just
do
as
the
you're
breakfast show
told
this morning.
Why didn't you do as you're told when you were in the dressing room?
Sam, you're looking sharp this morning.
Yeah.
How have you been getting on? Have you had a little flutter this week?
I've lost every single pound I've put on Cheltenham this week.
Same.
It's been an absolute disaster. I think I've got one place the whole week. It's been an absolute nightmare. But today's going to change everything. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I like your jacket, Sam.
yeah, you look well.
Where are
You
you
look
off,
like
Sam?
that,
Mate, you
gentleman.
can
married, Sam.
Mate, you can buy it off me if you want. I can need the money for my betting later.
Very nice.
Right, time for this now. Our predictor game, Curse of the Commentator.
Oh.
I put a spell on you. Cause you're mine.
Right, a quick reminder of the rules for you. Ray and Sam both have 20 seconds to give us predictions for 3 games across the talkSPORT network this weekend for each match. They will get a point for a correct result, 3 points for a correct score, and 1 bonus point for naming a goal scorer as well. Ray extended his lead last weekend. God, Sam, your struggles. The score's now 41-34. So first up, Chelsea hosts Newcastle.
Just remember,
at the Bridge tomorrow
there
evening.
was quite a big lead that I had prior to the reset of the scores back in
Come on,
October.
Sam. You ain't going on about that still.
Oh, yeah.
You bottled
Yeah,
it.
but Gabby done those
bottled
scores,
it.
didn't you?
Ray just had the scores reset because Gabby was moving from breakfast to our show. Now he's back on breakfast. Should we reset them again?
Right, no, let's not do that, but that's where the beef stems from. Understood.
No.
The first one then, Chelsea hosts Newcastle at the Bridge tomorrow evening, 5:30. Ray, we'll take your prediction first.
Okay. Sam don't like going second either. Look, this is a game that Chelsea I thought were brilliant. The last game they played, I thought it was excellent. I know they got beat in the week. They'd be disappointed with that, but at 4th and 5th place, it's really hot. And third, if you can get them third, if they get a run towards the end. Newcastle, a little bit frustrating away from home. Very unlucky against Barcelona. They should have held on and at least won that game. But I've got to go with Chelsea being at home. I'll go 2-1 Chelsea, and I'm going to go for the man in form, and I really like him as a player, Pedro.
Okay, sounds good. Sam, do you want to go for it?
Yeah, I'll go Enzo Fernandez to score. He's also in terrific form. Scored a good goal in midweek at PSG. Chelsea have won 5 of their 8 Premier League games under Liam Rossini. Since he took over, only Manchester United have got a points per game better record than them. No team has scored more Premier League goals. I think it'll be a tight match, but I think they gave a lot in that game in midweek, Newcastle United. So did Chelsea. I'm just going to say Chelsea will edge it 2-1 and Enzo Fernandez.
Okay, next up tomorrow, 8 p.m, West Ham host Man City. It's live and exclusive for you here on talkSPORT. Sam, we'll go for the smallest first this time. You're up.
I forgot you were a giant. This game live on talkSPORT tomorrow. Only goal difference is keeping him in the bottom 3 now. They've really put some fight together, haven't they, West Ham United? But Crescencio Somerville picked up an injury in the game that we were at on Monday night. I don't think he's going to be available for this game, which is a real worry for them, and he's got 7 in his last 11. I'm going to go Jared Bowen to score, but Manchester City to win 3-1.
Ooh. Okay, Ray?
Okay, yeah. Well, must win for City if they're going to try and get closer to Arsenal. I mean, West Ham have showed a bit of spirit. I didn't know Somerville might not be available, which is a big blow for West Ham, massive blow. So I'll go Man City to win. I think they've still got every chance of being very competitive towards the end of the season. They'll be so disappointed in the week 3-0 against Real Madrid. But I think they'll bounce back. I'll go 2-1.
Okay. Finally.
I've got to get a goal scorer, haven't I?
Oh, yeah.
I've got to go Haaland.
Okay.
Is he
Yeah.
fit, isn't he?
Yeah, he's there. Finally, Sunday afternoon, Liverpool host strugglers Spurs at Anfield. Ray, do you want to take this one first?
Yes, okay.
How is it him again?
Spurs are
Bigger muscles.
Spurs are really under pressure. Their relegation battle is going to be so close to the end of the season. Liverpool, again, losing it in midweek, but they found a little bit more form in the league in recent weeks. So I think they'd be too strong for Spurs. Will Spurs score? I'm going to go Liverpool 2-0.
Okay.
Liverpool 2-0. Who shall I go? Ekatike.
All right, fine, Sam.
Lovely.
Well, if you're going to give him the chance to go first every time, no wonder he's going to extend his lead. 4-0 Liverpool, and I'll go...
wow.
I'll go Szoboszlai.
Okay, all right. We will take.
Well, you noticed there was a little bit of disdain in my voice there because I was furious about the fact
You didn't
that
take the full 20 seconds there,
no, I
Sam.
didn't need
That's
it.
not like you.
Yeah, he's
trying to get a point.
I can feel you
Don't
getting a
you
bit fed
start.
up, Sam.
I've got a proper
strong.
striker on, by the way, between 10 and 1 today. Especially if you compare the goals per game record. You'll find out at 10 o'clock, won't you?
I'll be listening.
Yeah.
With jealousy, I'll be listening, Sam.
Brilliant, Sam. We're looking
And
forward
he gets
to
the coffees in, by the way.
Oh, now you're really going to hurt his
He's on his
feelings.
champagne, with Gabby.
I bet he is, yeah, because somebody else is paying for it.
Oh, he's having a
Crookie gets away with murder. Crookie's the worst, by the way. Doesn't even bring his wallet to work.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how bad it is.
Listen, Sam, do us a favour. Tell Crookie he's punching, will you?
Listen, I don't need to because you've said it enough times this week already and he's heard it.
I'm just making my point clear. Taking it for the gals.
Actually, by the way,
Sam
you've made a few
Murphy's.
points this morning, haven't you? Jeez.
It's only a wee joke.
Yeah, it's okay.
Right,
Yeah, all right.
Sam, we'll see you
I
later.
got that one as well. See you later. Bye.
Bye-bye. Lots of love. That was this week's Curse of the Commentator. Coming up for you, you'll hear some of the best bits of what's been a brilliant week here at Cheltenham, and we're joined right here by 10-time festival winner Tom Scudamore next.
I feel sorry for Kingsley. Yeah, I feel
sorry for him, Jim. I feel sorry for him. I feel sorry for him on a human level, right? I feel sorry for him,
Yeah.
right? 22 years old. He's been thrown in the deep end. I get it, and he's had a stinker, right? But he is a professional footballer. Like he is a professional football player. He's the number 2 for Tottenham Hotspur. Like you have got to have. Like you're meant to be a decent keeper. You cannot come in a Champions League fixture and do what he done. Like on a human level, I get it. You feel for him. Igor Tudor is an absolute charlatan for putting him in there in the first place to make that decision.
His fault, is it?
Well, it is his fault because he picked him.
No, but,
and then he dragged him, and then he didn't even put his arm around him to say, "Don't worry, lad." He just walked down the tunnel, crying.
Right, listen, I've got an idea.
Igor Tudor didn't even put his arm around him to say,
"Listen, Jay,
right,
I've got an idea. I've got an idea." Right, Harry Redknapp. It's been my choice for a number of weeks now.
Harry Redknapp is not.
No, hold on. Harry Redknapp is my number 1, right? He's got the Gold Cup coming up Friday. He wins that. Jukebox man. He's on a high. He's going in the jungle. We've heard he's going in the jungle, right? All Spurs fans should vote him out early. Vote him out early. Spurs fans, you can still play a part in your season. Vote him out early, and he may rock up to save your season.
Honestly.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
soul. You've got the power to know you're indestructible. Always believing. Gold.
Never gets old.
Always believe
It
in your
never
soul.
gets
Very good.
You're listening to TalkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark's rewards event. Get £500 off your next car only this week. My name's Shabana Hearn, in for Alan Brazil, who you hear there on the pipes, Ray Parlour, Gabby Agbo and Lahore here as well. And with over 1,500 career winners and 10 victories at the festival to his name, he knows exactly what it takes to climb that hill and enter the history books. Former jockey Tom Scudamore, welcome to TalkSPORT Breakfast.
Morning, everyone.
Right, Tom.
You're feeling the vibe today. You've come in here. You've got that spring in your step on Gold Cup Day.
Yeah, look, the weather's fine. So last night it was absolutely hammering down with rain. You're thinking what to expect today. But you come out and it's glorious. And I said, you never get tired of that view.
Yeah. I mean, what does Cheltenham mean to you? I mean, personally, but also when you look at how it affects everybody else who travels here every year.
Yeah, so personally, I grew up from 40 minutes away. So it always felt like home for me. My grandfather was a jockey. He won the Gold Cup in 1957, the Grand National in 59. My father was a very successful jockey as well. So it's always been part of the family, and I've always understood its importance. And it just seems to get bigger and more popular every year. And you can never underestimate the importance of it.
Tom, it's really competitive this year, isn't it? Some of the races have been really hard to call. There's some outsiders come in. There's some good favourites come in as well, but it's been a hard week to pick horses.
It's been tough. It's been really tough for punters. I think bookmakers will be extremely happy the way it's gone. I thought it was easy after the first race because I tipped up Old Park Star to everybody and anyone I bumped into. But since then, I haven't tipped a winner. So it's been a long.
Today's the day, Tom.
It's been a very expensive few days since then.
That's kind of the fun of it as well, because even the tipsters, even the jockeys themselves have gone, oh my God, we've had a shocker at times this week.
There are just some results you just can't explain. Look at White Noise, yesterday in the first race, 66 to 1. Been running to a good level, but nobody could have expected a performance like that to go and win races like that. And it seems like been like that every week, whether it's in the Queen Mother Champion Chase, Madge Barevin expecting that one to go and do so well, making mistakes, and Leil to come and pick up the pieces. But it just has been a hard week for punters so far. But it can all change today.
Yeah, this is the biggest race of the festival, though, and can't wait for the Gold Cup. And we all cheer on Harry's horse. We all want him to do well because we all love Harry Redknapp. And but it's a real competitive race, isn't it? But hard Gold Cups to call.
They're all hard Gold Cups, but on this particular one, it does look a deep race. You've got the four horses taking each other back on from the King George again, where basically the width of a cigarette paper covered them across the line. And I think the Jukebox man will win it. I think he was probably the one that would have been probably most inconvenienced by the way the race was run in the King George. And I think he'll be happy around Cheltenham today. But he's still got to go out and do it. But it's a really competitive race, as it should be.
How big is the Gold Cup? Because we had AP McCoy on yesterday, and he was saying it was Champions League final.
Yeah,
Gold Cup.
It is. Look, the Grand National is a race that everybody knows and takes the hearts, but the best horses win the Gold Cup. The Grand National is a handicap, so it's sort of layered to the respect that everything's brought together, whereas the Gold Cup is the race to find out what the true champion is, and it generally is.
What about the scenes around here as well? Like you said, it was absolutely pouring down last night. The wind was blowing, but everyone's just having such a good time. But today is the day. Do you enjoy watching the happiness of people arrive here and come through the gates?
Yeah, I do. It's obviously racing is my life, racing is my business, and to sort of see people get the enjoyment out of it, of course it gives you a big lift, and you're seeing the queues of the people come in, the appreciation they have of the sport, the passion they have for the sport, and it makes you feel extremely privileged.
Any other races, Tom, today you're looking at? And any little steers towards?
I've got plenty of tips, or as I like to call them, ones to avoid at the moment. But
not as bad as Rupert Bell.
Unfortunately, for all those involved, they've had a great week, but I like Panic Attack in the mare's race. I think she'll like the rain around here. She had a wonderful season. Dino Blue sets a very good standard, but Panic Attack's won 2 of the biggest handicaps this year, and she's been exceptional. And Dan Skelton's been in great form. Harry's had a couple of winners, and Brian Drew had a winner here on the Tuesday. So it's a group that are in really good form, and I expect them to have an even better day again today.
And also the Irish usually run away with it, don't they, going into the last day? But it's pretty close with the British trainers.
Yeah, it has been closer. I think the Irish dominance over the last few years has been accentuated by the success of Willie Mullins.
Yes, of course.
Generally, there's a load of race at the festival, and a third of them were won by British trainers. The 2/3 won by Irish trainers, but in reality, it's a third won by British trainers, a third won by Irish trainers, and a third won by Willie Mullins on his own. So I think that gap is narrowing. I think it's for British racing. It's really exciting that young trainers are coming through. We've already mentioned Dan Skelton, but Ben Pauling's had a winner as well. So I think that gap is narrowing. Willie Mullins still sets the standard and sets the standard by quite some way, but I think it's becoming more competitive again.
Well, listen, we're absolutely loving it. It's been a pleasure being here all week with talkSPORT. How will you be watching Gold Cup? Whereabouts will you be? Who will you be with?
Well, I'll be able to watch a finish this time, because normally when I rode it, I was so far behind. I never got to see what finished in front. So I've been up in with Corinthians in the Pegasus Lounge all week, so I imagine I'll be watching it from there once again.
Well, it's been a treat to have you this morning, Tom. Thank you so much.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Great to see
Good
you
luck
guys.
to you. Enjoy Cheltenham. Enjoy Gold Cup Day from another perspective. Former jockey Tom Scudamore with us this morning. That's it from us here at talkSPORT Breakfast. Another Cheltenham in the books, a memorable one. Here's been some of the best bits.
Here we go. Cheltenham can't wait. This is talkSPORT Breakfast. DJ Ed has ploughed in to about 20 rabbits on the way down. Rupert goes to see Professor to have his Botox.
Thank you, Alan, for that abuse again. I had a tortoise. One day my mum was doing dinner and she gave it a roast dinner. The tortoise.
Alan Brazil was handing glasses of champagne to Jill. Alan had Diet Coke and Jill was steaming.
Can we all agree on one thing as well, that we saw Alex Crook's wife yesterday? He is punching.
I would take Jamie O'Hara as my assistant. Yeah, I'm going to get him off the radio,
Harry, it's Crouchy. Tottenham could do with you back, mate. I am available. We can get the old band back together.
If Spurs do go down, would you want to be there and help them rebuild?
100%, obviously, with a boss. Don't hold your breath waiting for it to happen, Jay. And I was in the car last week and suddenly phone goes and Daniel Levy. He said, look, if I was there now, he said, I would definitely bring you back into to the end of the season.
Don't want you ringing me tonight saying, how are you open?
Come on, Jukebox man.
Looks like cherries. It's good to touch the green grass of old.
Come on, Sean Bowen.
Goes the Welsh as well.
Yes, they'll all come to me.
Absolutely magic. Thank you so much to John Joe O'Neill for his brilliant hospitality at the Yard on Monday, to Coral as ever for having us here from Cheltenham Racecourse Tuesday all the way through to today. Guys, Gabby, Ray, you've been an absolute pleasure as ever to work with.
Man, you've been fantastic.
Fingers crossed for you today. Can I just say before we go, it is an absolute privilege to sit in this seat, which should be occupied by the main man, Alan Brazil, and everywhere we've been this week, everyone's asking about him, everyone's sending their love, and he deserves that, because there's no talkSPORT without Alan Brazil, and Cheltenham is not the same without the King, Alan Brazil, as well. So we're sending all our love to you, Alan. Hopefully we'll see you back here soon. Stay with us on talkSPORT all day for all of the action up to the Gold Cup. We've got it live. And little Sam, Alex
Punching Crook.
Alex Punching Crook.
We Sam.
Ashton.
We Sam.
All the wee guys on the way next. Have a good one. Enjoy Gold Cup. Take care. Bye-bye.
Then I away.
Simon, on Top Boxing this week, you said all of this is confected. It's fake. It's not real.
I think there's an element of that. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, Eddie Hearn talks about lacing my boots to quote the